Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Harness Tube. Steve Surratt, David Brink, and Lisa Surratt will be on the camera soon with you in Carrollton, Illinois for the Greene County Fair. We've got 12 races on the card for you this evening from Carrollton, Illinois in the Greene County Fairgrounds. David, a full card tonight.
Yeah, it always feels good to come back to Carrollton. We just had a couple successful days down there in Martinsville, saw some track and state records broken, and in the track it looks good here in Carrollton too, so we're excited to be here and have some nice, exciting races for you.
Yep, and we got the starter car down there. We're probably going to take a break. We're going to run some commercials here for a little bit to let our sponsors have some time.
Perfect.
While we get the camera in the car.
Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's and Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
This Labor Day, the future of Illinois harness racing takes center stage. Walk the barns. Study the pedigrees. Watch them move. and invest in tomorrow's winners. From proven bloodlines to rising stars. Illini Classic Yearling Sale, where champions are found.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
Welcome back here to Harness Tube. Want to thank you for tuning in with us down here in Carrollton at the Greene County Fair. Have some 12 exciting races for you tonight. We can find us. We'll be tuning in. Let's see. There we go. June 1st, we'll be at Decatur. We have a 4:30 post time that day. Come turn around right back to Decatur 2 the day after on June 2nd. We'll be there at 10:30 in the morning. And then hop in the car and drive straight over to Carlinville and hit that 5 o'clock program in Carlinville. We'll have 2 broadcasts for you that day on the 2nd of this month. And then we'll be back in Springfield on the 10th and 11th. June 10th is the IDOA 3-year-old Cardinal and Violet. That post time has been moved up to 10 o'clock to allow some of the drivers to get back to Hoosier for the night card that evening. Then we'll follow it back up the next day on the 11th with the 2-year-old preview. That post time, I think, as of right now, is still 11 o'clock. There shouldn't be any driver issues there. I'm hitting wrong buttons over here. I want to thank all of our sponsors out there. We know we keep getting some checks in the mail, and we appreciate everyone who's opened up their checkbook and let us know how they appreciate what we do with Harness Tube, via check or cash donation. This isn't a free endeavor, it takes money to get around the state to put fuel in the car and to replace equipment and whatnot. We appreciate everyone out there, especially our early donors this season. We sent out a campaign, I think, early in February or March, and had some people respond to that, and had some people send in some checks here recently. So I want to thank everyone for their donations. Want to remind you to check out our new website. We will be launching a new our new homepage soon. It's all but done. I need to finish up something real quick. I think Steve needs me real quick, so I'm going to turn myself off and head back to him. Steve wanted me to confirm that the starting car camera was working, and as you can tell, because I threw it up on the wrong screen, but yeah, the starting car is working. We have to go back to where we were at. But we were talking about the website. Want you to check out the new homepage. It's coming along pretty soon. All I have to do is finish the advertiser row, and then I can launch that thing and publish it. And when we do that, you'll have a location that shows you our upcoming broadcast, when it's going to be. The upcoming, I think, next 5 that will be there with all the links to get to the programs and broadcasts and results and whatnot. Bottom of the page, I think, has the results tabs. Then on the other side, I think we have the driver standings down there. So it's really cool, really interactive, looks real sharp. We'll get that launched here pretty soon. But until then, I want you to check out our website. We have a bunch of new bells and whistles programmed in there. I want to say the race results page is not official. I do make some errors when I'm recording here in the booth, and I have to go back and change them afterwards sometimes, as I found out from Martinsville. But we'll make do, and we'll get them updated the best we can. Starting car view for you there. Yeah, there we go. Just talking about the website here, I was mentioning how the race results are not official. They do come quicker than I thought. Leanne or Tina are putting them up on the USTA website, but ours are just for our own benefit. We have to collect the data anyway for our data engine, so we went ahead and put it online. But the race results might get updated after the fact, a day or so bear with us there. Are we okay on sound? Yeah.
We're good. For the fastest filly and a halter for the fastest colt this evening. We were talking to Jody Decker-Bennett. She's about to join us here shortly for our pre-race ceremonies. And as Jody said, we got to thinking, we look back and so often it seems like the colts are taking everything. So instead of the fastest trotter and fastest pacer, it's just going to be the fastest filly or mare and the fastest colt or gelding. So that should be a lot of fun here this evening as well. The Greene County Fair opened just last night with the annual Queen Pageant, with Lucy Reeves crowned as the new Miss Greene County, Junior Miss Avery Wright, Little Miss Eleanor Challenge, and we look forward to having them join us for presentations down trackside to our various winners on the harness racing card here this evening. Great to have you with us. Just wanted to bring everybody up to speed on what to expect here tonight. And we will be seeing Illinois breds in action for the most part, with just a few limited exceptions. All of the stakes races tonight, the Illinois Standardbred Association. First race on your scorecard. Our thanks once again to David Brink and Steve Surratt. They are positioned in the grandstand at their broadcast location right at the base of the stairway below the judges' stand. And Lisa Surratt will be manning the video camera here this evening. So if you have family and friends who had expressed a hope to be here, but for whatever reason said, sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it, be sure to let them know they can watch the whole racing program live. No breaks. It goes start to finish as David and Steve will anchor all the coverage, and that will be getting underway right now as we speak. A reminder, you can find Harness Tube. Go to harnesstube.com or go to facebook.com, enter Harness Tube in the search field, or go to youtube.com and again, just simply enter Harness Tube in the search field. Great to have you with us. We're just about set to go, and again, our pre-race ceremonies will be coming up in just a few moments.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's and Sullivan or call 217-728-2600. 2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
It's going to be a nice, warm, late spring evening here to go racing over this half-mile track with harness racing, and we're glad to have you with us. At this time, we ask that you would please rise as you are able for our national anthem, and here to join us for our pre-race ceremonies from Atwater, Jody Decker-Bennett.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Jody Decker-Bennett of Atwater with our national anthem, once again joining us as always for our pre-race ceremonies. Jody, thank you, and welcome to Jody and the family. Great to have Marge and Wayne and everybody on hand tonight. And again, a reminder about the Papa Deck Awards, courtesy of the Decker family. A halter for the fastest filly of the evening and a halter for the fastest colt or gelding. Hey, a reminder, folks, speaking of Atwater and thinking of Macoupin County, a reminder, they're going to go racing 6 days from now. That'll be on Tuesday, June 2nd, with a post time of 5 p.m. We know that's a busy day for the horsemen. You've got racing at Decatur that morning. You've got a 5 p.m. at post time at Carlinville at the Macoupin County Fair that evening. And Jody was just bringing us up to speed, and she said that there will be a meal for the horsemen that will be served at the Macoupin County Fair at about 3 p.m., about 2 hours before post time. As Jody said, she said, I talked to my mom, and we said, you know, we worry about the horsemen. When are they going to find time to eat on a doubleheader day like that, racing in Decatur in the morning and at Carlinville in the evening? So well done to everybody at the Macoupin County Fair. And our focus tonight, of course, right here at the Greene County Fair for harness racing. Pick a winner in the grandstand. Pick a winner form should be attached to the back of your scorecard. And again, if you pick the right horse and we pull your name, we will be coming to you with a coupon for food and drink at the beverage garden located just outside of the first turn. Speaking of speed at this racetrack, in case you're curious, the all-age track record for Pacers is shared by Taser Gun and Constant Change in 1 minute 57 seconds, and the trotting record, all-age trot record, Supersonic Flash in 2 minutes and 1/5 of a second. One other note, it is a very special year in terms of this magnificent grandstand. This is the 100th year for this grandstand, as it was first used at the Greene County Fair in September of 1926. You think back about all the great entertainment and shows, and especially all the great harness racing that folks have enjoyed for a century now in this grandstand. And kudos and well done to the Greene County Fair Board for maintaining this grandstand, which truly is part of the tremendous character of this fairgrounds. Horsemen, you may come to the track with the first race. We start with the Lewis Harr Memorial. Saw his son Louis a moment ago, who is a faithful fan of harness racing. Race 1, the Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old filly Pace. There are no scratches, no driver changes in the opening event. Let's go ahead and take a look at the changes as they stand, because there are some changes coming up beginning in race 2. In the second race, driver of number 1, Skunkalicious, Jordan Patton. That's the second race, number 1, Skunkalicious, the driver, Jordan Patton. Third race has no changes at this time. In the fourth race, the driver of the 1, Goom Warden, will be Mike Cox. That's the fourth race, number 1, Goom Warden, the driver, Mike Cox. And the driver of the 6, Goomzilla, has been changed. It'll be John David Finn. That's the fourth race, number 6, Goomzilla, John David Finn. No changes to report in race 5. No changes to report in race 6 at this time. Nothing to report in race 7. Seventh race is clear. The 8th race is also clear. If you would turn to race number 9. In the 9th race, scratch number 2, Enchanting Chrome. That's the 9th race, scratch number 2, Enchanting Chrome, scratched because of transportation issues. 10th race, driver of the 1, Zoomster, John David Finn. That's the 10th race, number 1, Zoomster, make the driver, John David Finn. In race number 11, the driver of the 6, Stars With You, Mike Rogers. That's race 11. The driver of the 6, Stars With You, the driver, Mike Rogers. 12th and final race. Driver change on number 3, Lose Mandalorian. That'll be Wyatt Avenetti. That's the 12th and final race. Number 3, Lose Mandalorian, the driver, Wyatt Avenetti. Scratch the 5, Frontier Maynard. Scratch number 5, Frontier Maynard. Scratch. The reason that the trainer submitted was personal, but I don't think the trainer would mind if we would share the specific reason, because it speaks to the care that these horsemen give these horses. We talked to Matt Avenetti and his wife Kelly, and they said, you know, Frontier Maynard is 10 years old, and just a couple of days ago, he was 3rd at the Martinsville Agricultural Fair. He trotted a mile in 2 minutes flat, folks. That was a heck of a race. Trotted in 2 minutes and came home with a 3rd place effort, and as the Avenettis told us, they said, you know what? He's 10 years of age. He's been good to us. We want him to enjoy this spring and summer harness racing season. So they decided to go ahead and just give him a night off here. And kudos to the Avenetti stable on that decision. More in just a moment.
Well, David, we'll bring ours back up so we can talk here. We'll go to our talk points. You've done a few with them already. You talked about the website. And liking and subscribing to our website out there. You can support us, either be a donor or a sponsor. Plenty of racing left. We've got probably 25, 26 dates left that you can get involved with as far as a sponsor is concerned. And so get with David. You can contact him at harnestube.com, or we'll have, I think, yeah, there's the information right there that you can get to allow people to get a hold of David about that. And
we did have, I can't talk today, we did have some backstretch images sent in from my brother Doug, so those are loaded up for us today sometime whenever we get a down moment.
Did you load them up, or do I need to?
I did.
Okay. All right.
Image 4, I believe.
Image 4? All right, there. We can talk
I guess
about
we'll do
those.
it now, right?
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, how about that Pabst Blue Ribbon Dan Patch? How cool is that? Is there even an old, that's a rawhide whip replica on there. I think I hear a starting car, so let's throw it to Kurt for a post-parade.
It's time for harness racing at the Greene County Fair. Great to have you with us, folks. The first of our 12 races parading to the post right now. Horsemen, you may feel free as you go past the grandstand to continue up to the far turn and just follow that far turn all the way over to the backstretch to starter Stacy DeRoos. Number 1 is Miss Caddy Cat. This first race, the 2-year-old filly pace for $2,900, the Lewis Harr Memorial. Number 1, Miss Caddy Cat, is owned by Cassandra Chandler of Terry, Mississippi, Mr. John Derek Gibson of Terry, Mississippi, trained and also driven by Freddie Patton Jr. Please note, contrary to the program, number 1, Miss Caddy Cat, the driver has been changed, Freddie Patton Jr. 2, She Ain't Got Time, is owned by Vernon Archer, who comes to us out of Madison, Mississippi, trained and driven by Jordan Patton. Number 3, D Should Do, owned by Kelly Abinetti of Windsor and her husband, Matt Abinetti, trained and driven by Matt Abinetti.
Yeah.
Headed to the gate for the first race, brought to you by the family of Lewis Harr. And Louis, to you and the family, we do appreciate your continued support of racing here at the Greene County Fair. There are a few more changes that have been pouring in for the latter part of the card. If you would like to make a note of these, we'll try to get them to you.
I'm not seeing a horse in your picture.
Let's start with race number 7. In the 7th race, scratch the 4, Mighty Engine.
No, I don't. Hang on.
That is race 7, number 4, Mighty Engine, scratched because of transportation issues.
Well, we'll see here in a minute.
8th race, driver of the 5, Connor Prather. That's the 8th race. The driver of the 5, Coniger, will be Connor Prather.
Come on.
In race 9, keep in mind, as we mentioned earlier, scratch the 2, Enchanting Chrome. In the 10th race, please note the driver of number 3, Toe Nader, has been changed. It'll be Mike Rogers. Number 3, Toe Nader, Mike Rogers. And, of course, remember, J.D. Finn drives number 1, Zoomster. Race 11. In the 11th race, scratch the 5, Mia's March Madness. 11th race, scratch the 5, Mia's March Madness. Scratched, reason personal. 12th race, scratch the 1, Lose Venom, as well as the 5, Frontier Maynard. 12th race, scratch the 1, Lose Venom, as well as the 5, Frontier Maynard. Lose Venom, by the way, just raced a big mile and won the Great Midwest Trot a few days ago at the Martinsville Agricultural Fair in the Philly Division, so another well-earned rest there. With that said, wow, do we have changes. Right now we're ready to go racing, and they are often pacing in the Lewis Harr Memorial right away. There goes D Should Do from the outside. D Should Do goes right out for the early lead and has the lead clear by 2.5, 3 lengths already as they move around that first turn. She Ain't Got Time is second, and finally Miss Caddy Cat third and last. A reminder, it is Freddie Patton Jr., the trainer, also driving Miss Caddy Cat as the field heads up the backstretch toward the quarter-mile mark. And they're being led by Miss Caddy Cat, or as I should say, by D Should Do, as She Ain't Got Time goes second, and Miss Caddy Cat racing at the back in third. You might have noticed in your track program, only one of these fillies has made a start prior to tonight. 34 and 3 was the opening quarter, 34 and 3/5 seconds. Yeah, the only filly in this first race that has previously seen the starting gate is number 2, She Ain't Got Time. That's the filly that's second right now. And she broke stride and finished 4th in her first career start. That was Sunday afternoon. Again, that's the current runner-up. The leader is a first-time starter, D Should Do. D Should Do has the lead past the half-mile mark by some 3 lengths as they work their way back in to that lower turn. 105 and 4 for the first half mile, 105 and 4/5. Thank you, gentlemen. On to the backstretch we go. The Lewis Harr Memorial, the first of our 12 races here this evening at the Greene County Fair, and D Should Do is the leader. D Should Do on top by just over 3 lengths as they go to the 3/4 mile mark, and then She Ain't Got Time in second, then a gap of 10 more lengths back to Miss Catty Cat, who is the distant trailer. Past the 3/4 they go and over to the final turn with D Should Do still the leader. 1:37 and 3 the time, but the 3/4, 1 minute 37 and 3/5 seconds. D Should Do is the leader as they come off the far turn. Top of the stretch, She Ain't Got Time is still second and is still trying to catch the leader, but running out of time. The wire is coming, and D Should Do will have a winning career debut here tonight at the Greene County Fair in the Lewis Harr Memorial. D Should Do went right to the front at the start and never looked back and ended up winning it by nearly 4 lengths on the line. She Ain't Got Time did improve off that first start with a stronger runner-up finish here this evening, and then it was the first-time starter, Miss Catty Cat, finishing in third. 2:07 and 2, the time for the mile, 2:07 and 2/5. Your unofficial winner, number 3, D Should Do.
We apologize, having some camera difficulties. We tried to keep the car cam on you for that race. The normal camera is dropped on us, and we're trying to figure out how to get it back. Might have to switch equipment real quick. Bear with us. We are doing it as fast as we can, I promise. We'll get you the results and hopefully the winner and everything lined up from race 1 pretty soon.
Our queen and her court will join us down trackside for the presentation to the winning connections here in our first race this evening, the Lewis Harr Memorial. 2:07 and 2, the time for the mile. D Should Do the winner. Our newly crowned queen, that is Lucy Reeves. Congratulations, Lucy, the daughter of Steve and Rachel Reeves. Our junior Miss Avery Wright, the daughter of Tim and Amber Wright. And our little miss, Eleanor Challens, daughter of Jim and Taylor Challens. There's the courtesy vehicle bringing the connections to the trackside makeshift winner's circle for race 1. There's the winning horse, and there's the husband-wife duo which owns this winning pacer. How about a hand for number 3, D Should Do? Matt Avenatti is your winning trainer, driver, and co-owner. His wife, Kelly, stands at the head of the horse. Matt's father, David, is also trackside. This is the Lewis Harr Memorial, as we remember an Army veteran of World War II who was a member of the Carrollton American Legion and also the Carrollton First Baptist Church. Served also on a number of boards, was very civic-minded, in addition to the fact he served his country during that Second World War. We remember Lewis Harr here this evening. And our congratulations to our winning pacer. This filly by Captain Trevor was a $3,000 yearling purchase at the Illini Classic last Labor Day at the Illinois State Fairgrounds. So for $3,000, looks like the Avenettis, they have a pretty good eye for a future racehorse, because this filly, if her first start's any indication, folks, she ought to have a future. There she is, D Should Do. Congratulations also to breeder Malin Mast, who bred D Should Do. Is there any chance, if we talk to the U.S. Trotting Association, do you think, would they be willing to make the font a little smaller in these programs? Yeah, you know. I remember when I was a kid, and when I was a child, I would hear older folks talk about the size of the print and things like the track program, and I'd think, what's the problem? At age 57, I'm starting to see I'm not seeing what the problem is. Here's the full field rundown, then we'll play pick a winner. In the first race, Miss Catty Cat was third. She Ain't Got Time was the runner-up, and D Should Do was the winner. 34-3 at the quarter, 105-4 at the half, 137-3 at the 3/4, and the time for the mile 2:07 2/5 of a second. It reads 3:21. Second race coming up, a reminder, the driver of the one, Skunkalicious, Jordan Patton. Skunkalicious, Jordan Patton. Hey, one other note, folks, about Matt and Kelly Avenetti. They got married right in the heart of fair season last summer. And the next fair they went to after they were wed, it said just married on the shaft of the race bike that the horse was pulling. Gotta love that. Gotta love it. Only in the harness racing community. Pick a winner coming up. All right, thank you, Tina Schrock. The first pick a winner draw this evening. We need to find Alicia Robinson. Where is Alicia Robinson? Alicia Robinson, you have won the pick a winner draw. You're going to receive a koozie and also 15 tickets for the beverage garden, where you will find both food and drink just outside the first turn. Alicia Robinson. You have won our first pick-a-winner draw of the evening, and again, we'll have a drawing after each and every race. Tina, just curious, for our harness fans who win a koozie, would you please explain why there's a thoroughbred on this and not a standard bred? Couldn't resist. I know the fans will love it regardless. Absolutely. By the way, horsemen, it seems like every year from fair to fair around the state, we often get the question, who is the trackside winner's circle photographer? Because you would like to know who to contact to place an order. Sherry Fraley, once again this year. Hi, Sherry. Sherry Fraley, good to have her back with us, as always. Horses on the racetrack and parading past the stands for the second race. We'll go ahead and meet the starters at this time. Race number 2 is the Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old colt and gelding pace. And let's meet those starters. Number 1, Skunkalicious, owned by Jill Brown of Charleston. Olivia Thaley of Charleston, trained by Jill Brown, the driver Jordan Patton. Number 2, Touch of Turbulence, coming off a win on Sunday afternoon in her career debut at the Martinsville Agricultural Fair, owned by Willie Scott of Raymond, Mississippi. Freddie Patton Jr., the trainer driver. And number 3, Fox Valley Lit, is owned by Wyatt Abinetti of Chrisman, Kevin Neatfelt of Piatone, Dave Schrock of Humboldt, and Paula Zitrich of Dunlap, trained by David Abinetti, and the driver is Wyatt Abinetti. Made a break, but then came back to finish runner-up in her debut. She was second to Touch of Turbulence, and granted, Touch of Turbulence won on Sunday by 11-plus lengths, but give credit to Fox Valley Lit for making up a lot of ground after that early break in stride. Our thanks to Leanne Shin of the Illinois racing community. She is watching and listening to the live stream via harness tube, and she says, you know, if you're having trouble reading the print in the program, all you have to do is pull the program up on your laptop or desktop, enlarge to 130%, and voila, you can see those little numbers. And she says, for some of us, we may even have to enlarge 150%. I would be in the latter category. Thank you, Leanne. Good to have you on board, and our online audience following along with everyone on Harness Tube. Right now, race 2 at the post. Gates rolling here at the Greene County Fair. A big thank you to our friends at Golden Eagle Distributors in Jacksonville, sponsoring the second race, and they have provided the beverage cooler that will go to our winning connections here in race 2. Starter Stacy DeRoos sends the field on their way, and we are underway, off and pacing here in race 2. This evening, Jordan Patton with Skunkalicious goes right out for the early lead. Put in a couple of awkward steps, but has the lead. Fox Valley Lit breaks stride. Touch of Turbulence breaks stride. Now keep in mind that they both broke stride on Sunday at Martinsville, but came back to finish 1-2. And in fact, as we say that, Touch of Turbulence is already starting to catch up with leader Skunkalicious as they approach and move by the quarter-mile mark. Skunkalicious has the lead. Touch of Turbulence is right there, moving up just off the leader's flank in second position. 33 seconds flat for the opening quarter, 33 flat. Then there's a gap of about 25 to 30 more lengths back to Fox Valley Lit. But again, that pacer broke stride at Martinsville and still came back to make up a lot of that ground. But as we say that, Fox Valley Lit is off stride once again, this time in the far turn as they move off the northeast side of the racetrack and come by this magnificent historic grandstand with a challenge and change for the lead. Touch of Turbulence moving on by, and Touch of Turbulence for Freddie Patton Jr. moves up and takes the lead clear by 2.5, 3 lengths over Jordan Patton and Skunkalicious. 105 for the first half mile, 105, and Fox Valley Lit is still frustrated off stride. Wyatt Abinetti, you have to respect the patience that Wyatt is showing, because he understands we're not even to June 1st, And a big part of these early season fairs, get these 2-year-olds racing experience. It's a learning process, and you've got to love the fact that Wyatt just very patiently is letting Fox Valley Lit learn what this is all about. They go by the 3/4 touch of turbulence. Already a winner on Sunday is just opening up here with every stride. 137-1 for the 3/4, 137-1. Touch of Turbulence by 10, by 12 lengths. It is all Touch of Turbulence, who got rough gated in the first turn shortly after the start and lost a lot of ground, but came back and is now going to the winner's circle. 2 starts, 2 wins. How about this young 2-year-old pacer, Touch of Turbulence? Touch of Turbulence drew clear down the stretch and ended up prevailing here by about a dozen lengths back to Skunk-alicious in second position. And Fox Valley Lit, you notice you don't give up, folks. Again, Wyatt Avenatti, he knows that the main purpose at this time of year with a 2-year-old is to teach. And you can't teach if you get frustrated and pull the horse up and go back to the barn without completing the mile. So kudos to Wyatt, because he completed the journey with Fox Valley Lit, and no doubt the learning process will continue for all of these 2-year-olds. 2:09-1, the time for the mile, 2:09 1/5. We'll meet the winner in just a moment of the Golden Eagle Distributors Race. Well, folks, you might say there was a little bit of schooling going on for the drivers in that race as well, because Freddie Patton Jr., 62 years of age, that was his son Jordan Patton that had the runner-up in that first race. How about a hand for old Pop there, Freddie Patton Jr. Congratulations, Mr. Patton. Have won the picker winner draw for race 2, Callie Petzold, and we still need to find Alicia Robinson. So Alicia Robinson, if you could give us a wave also, because our staff would like to deliver your prizes to you. For race 2, what Callie will receive is a Grummel Racing hat. And of course, Grummel Racing is based right here in Carrollton. They have raced a lot of Illinois State Fair champions, divisional champions, Night of Champions, Super Night winners. So that's a pretty neat item. If I had a Grummel Racing hat, I think wearing it to the Illinois State Fair to show my support of the home team, if I were from Greene County, I think that would be a fine place to wear that hat. Heck, wear it anywhere for that matter. So Callie Petzold, you get the Grummel Racing cap and 15 tickets for the beverage garden. Want to acknowledge our track crew, speaking of the name Grummel. Thanks to Grummel Trucking, to Leo Grummel, to Campbell Trucking, and to Bob Schnetgoke and Andrew McEvers for their work on this half-mile racetrack. And folks might have noticed, I just very much appreciate the great job that the track crew does, because a moment ago, the water truck stopped here in the home stretch. It was approaching behind the starting gate. The driver of the water truck checked in the side view mirror and was keenly aware of the fact there was a horse on the racetrack coming up to his left. And that's one of those many things that maybe sometimes the rest of us don't always think about, just what goes into the job of being on the track crew and keeping the track condition, because safety, of course, is the #1 concern. So tip of the hat for the heads-up move by all of our members of the track crew, always aware of where these horses are at all times. We thank you. This evening's third race brought to you by Sloan Implement, the Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old filly trot for a purse of $2,842. Our thanks to everyone at Sloan Implement, your John Deere dealer, with locations across Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin, including not far from where we are tonight at Whitehall. Sloans.com. Check out their inventory, new, used, parts and service, and learn all about it at Sloans.com. Also, very good. Horses will form up for the post parade in just a moment. No scratches and no driver changes to report here in this third event. Pick a winner, players. You might have noticed that number 3, Our Irish Rhodes, won her first career start. That was Sunday afternoon at the Martinsville Agricultural Fair. That was the very first race to kick off the 2026 Illinois County Fair Tour. And Our Irish Rhodes won by 21-plus lengths and really did that just by staying on gait, staying on the trot. Seems like a lot of horsemen over the years that have raced the offspring of Lou's legacy have said they tend to be very smart foals. And sometimes it's not about going fast at this time of year. It's more about just staying on gait. And if you don't break stride in a 2-year-old trot in the month of May, chances are you're going to be in pretty good position. Let's meet the starters for the Sloan Implement race. Number 1, Shady Maple Dream, owned by Tony Bell of Windsor, Freddie Patton Jr. of Clinton, Mississippi. Freddie Patton Jr. in the bike as he goes for 2 in a row after that win in the second race. Number 2 is GRC Mandy, Jerome Daniels, the owner-trainer driver from Springfield. Number 3, there's Sunday's winner, Our Irish Rhodes, racing for James Harrell and Jill Brown. Jill's the trainer. Chris Brown, her husband, is the driver. And number 4, Samantha Lou. This is a filly that Jamaica Patton, the trainer, driver, and co-owner, has told us has a lot of ability. He said she's one of the fastest 2-year-old trotting fillies I've ever trained. But again, as 2-year-old trotters will do sometimes, especially early in their career, she broke stride at Martinsville on Sunday afternoon. We'll see if she's able to stay on the trot from start to finish here tonight. And again, she races for Ron Phillips of Athens, Jamaica Patton of Rochester, Monty Thompson of London Mills, Illinois. Jamaica Patton, your trainer driver.
Well, folks, want to let you know we should be up and going now. Sorry for that on the camera, but it's electronics, folks. It's going to happen. Heat or whatever is going to affect. And we finally got you back up on plan 12.
We tried everything.
And more than likely.
Are we wireless right now? I guess we are.
Yep, we're wireless right now.
No, but here we are, and it's working better, so we're not going to touch it.
Yeah, and I don't think that was a problem.
No, it wasn't. It's just one of the things we tried in the myriad of options that we.
It was number 12, which had nothing to do with
the first
1 through 11.
No, of course not.
But we're back on board with you. Hey, Lisa, you can talk to the crowd. Let them know that you're up there. They think we just put you in a box and leave you alone.
They really do. They put me in a box. They don't want me to talk. They don't want me to be seen. But I'm up above everybody tonight and watching the horses, and we're just about ready for race 3.
He is positioned along the top row of the grandstand. The old photo finish booth, back in the days when we used to actually literally use film and chemicals and you had to develop the film, the booth is still here, right smack dab in the center of the grandstand on this upper level where the judges stand is located. But no more film and chemicals. That went by the wayside a long time ago. Now it's all done digitally, and we appreciate Brady Schrock, our photo finish technician. Here they come, third race. Shady Maple Dream off stride, and also Samantha Lou is off stride at the start. Here we go again, folks. Guess what? Our Irish Rhodes is away, just staying right on the trot. Chris Brown just letting her float on by for the lead around that first turn. Our Irish Rhodes hoping to go 2 for 2 to start her career, and off to a good beginning here this evening in the Sloan Implement race, and she leads it by 2.5 lengths as they head up the back stretch. It is GRC Mandy who goes in the second position, and then a gap of over 20 more lengths back to Shady Maple Dream in third, and Samantha Lou broke stride again on the back stretch and is fourth as they go by the quarter-mile mark. 33 and 3 for the opening quarter, 33 and 3/5 seconds. It is Our Irish Rhodes who is the leader. Our Irish Rhodes, Chris Brown in the red, white, and blue driving colors, comes to us out of Coles County in Charleston, Illinois, and has the lead here. But the first-time starter, GRC Mandy, doing a good job staying within shouting distance so far, despite the fact that the leader already has a start and a win to her credit. In fact, GRC Mandy is trotting fast and is moving up to engage the leader. There's just a length separating the top two now as they head back through the lower turn. 105 and 1 for the first half mile. 105 and 1. Further back, Shady Maple Dream is third, and Samantha Lou is fourth, racing 8 lengths off the lead. On to the backstretch once again here in the Sloan Implement race. Our Irish Rhodes has the lead. Back out to 2.5 lengths. Oh, Shady Maple Dream, who was racing third, broke stride and is now last. Folks, this race isn't over yet because here comes GRC Mandy. Now, GRC Mandy can close ground on the straightaways, on the turns. That's where our Irish Rhodes has saved the ground along that inside lane of the racetrack. 3/4, 138 and 3. But here's GRC Mandy up to get a narrow lead. Can Our Irish Rhodes respond? She's now second. GRC Mandy has taken the lead and has it cleared by 2 lengths. It is GRC Mandy to win it. GRC Mandy won it by just over a length on the line in her first career start. Our Irish Rhodes still gave a fine account of herself to be a close second. Further back, Samantha Lou was third, came across the wire about 18 lengths or so behind those top two, and then behind her, Shady Maple Dream was fourth. Time for the mile, 2:10 and 1/5 of a second. 2:10 and 1/5 of a second. Number 2, GRC Mandy, your unofficial winner.
Pull myself back up while we're waiting on the results and Kurt to jump on the microphone. Steve's going to change the camera back into a hard wires. We were getting a little more glitch on it again. We had it fixed, but it wasn't right, and so we want to make sure we have it perfect for you guys. So he's trying to get that thing hardwired in. It's up already. So I had the results in here waiting for the official results, but what a nice mile for GRC Mandy. Jerome Daniels putting on a clinic out there because I really thought that Our Irish Rhodes was a nice little filly, but here we are. Nice place second finish there. Jerome has a nice little trotter here on his hands. It's Credit Creation, 2-year-old black filly out of Don't Forget to Dream It by Don't You Forget It. So we'll have him back in the winner's circle very soon once I get the thing clicked up here.
Now returning in front of the stands, how about a hand for the winner of race 3, GRC Mandy, number 2. Jerome Daniels is your winning owner, trainer, driver of this 2-year-old Credit Creation filly. 2:10 and 1/5 of a second in her first career start. The winner was bred by Glenn Ray Chupp. There is our queen in her court presenting the beverage cooler to our winning connections, courtesy of our friends at Sloan Implement. Marcus Turner, the man they call Gator, walks at the head of this horse. Hello, Marcus. Jerome, congratulations to you. And I have a feeling this one's going to be talked about, folks, because Jerome Daniels is a horseman who very patiently will develop a trotter. A lot of times you'll see Jerome come to the Greene County Fair this time of year, maybe finish third or fourth, and then start winning races near the end of the summer. So for Jerome Daniels to come right out of the box, the second fair of the year, and here on May 27th, GRC Mandy showing that she's got a pretty good gear to her. That will no doubt catch the eye of a lot of folks who are going to say, you know, if Jerome has a filly that's that good this early, this filly has got to have a lot of talent. So congratulations, Jerome, and we know he will manage that talent that filly has as we move through the spring and then eventually into the summer. Official judge, thank you, Mr. Callahan. Here is the full field rundown. It's official for that third race. Shady Maple Dream finished 4. GRC Mandy, the winner. Our Irish Roads, the runner-up. Samantha Lou was third. They got the quarter in 33 and 3. They got the half in 105 and 1. 3 quarters, 138 and 3. And the time for the mile, 2:10 and 1/5 of a second. And it reached down 4, 1, 2, 3. We'll play Pick a Winner in a moment. The fourth race is coming up. The driver of number 1, Goom Warden, will be Mike Cox. That's number 1, Goom Warden, the driver, Mike Cox. And the driver of the 6, Goomzilla, John David Finn. Number 6, Goomzilla, John David Finn. By the way, a couple of notes to pass along, including a happy birthday to Les Layton, 87 years young. Happy birthday, Les. Also, tomorrow, the birthday of our own Robin Klingler. Robin, happy birthday in advance. Also, we spotted Darren Rankin back in the stable area around 3:45 this afternoon. He is a dedicated racing fan. His family owned horses at one time with Don Freeze. A lot of you remember Donnie Freeze, trainer-driver that wore purple and white colors. And he trained for Darren's family. They won a lot of races with Donnie over the years. Well, Darren just retired after 33 years as a school teacher in the Dunlap School District. So, Darren, well done. Congratulations on a terrific career. We'll play Pick a Winner in just a moment.
All right, folks, we're back up here. We're still working with things to see if we can make things work. I think part of it is the heat, and we had not brought our fans yet, and so we'll keep working and seeing what we can do to make this a better broadcast. And part of it may be our internet is not as speedy as it should be. So with that, David, let's do our talk points. As I got to get that camera repicked now too. Every time we make a change, I gotta make a pick or a change here. But let's talk about races coming up, David. Can we? Or are you still working on stuff there?
I think I'm caught up now, I guess. Where we at?
Let's talk about races coming up.
Sure, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but yeah, we'll be at Decatur on the 1st of June, 4:30 post time over there in Macon County. Turn around and go right back over there at 10:30 the next morning, only to pack up everything, hop on the road, and drive all the way over to Carlinville, hit another broadcast at 5 o'clock on the 2nd. And then we have a little bit of a break, a little over a week. We're going to be on the 10th. We'll be at Springfield for the Department of Agriculture, 3-year-old Cardinal and Violet at a 10 a.m. post time. And back the next day on the 11th for a 2-year-old preview put on by the Illinois Department of Agriculture. So that's our upcoming schedule for the next month or so.
Yeah, full schedule for us on Harness Tube as we get out to county fairs and get things going here. But that's what's going on Harness Tube. We can take a look, folks. I also want to thank our donors out there that donate to us to help us out and help us be on the air. We are thankful for that. We can't do a lot of stuff without donors and without commercial sponsors.
It takes money to go, it does.
It does. And so I want to talk about the web page. There's a lot of new stuff on the web page. As you see with graphics and so forth, we're trying to update and do a lot of different things. And so we'll take a look at that. That's the call to the post. And we'll go back to Kurt Becker.
Horses are on the track for race 4, and your scorecard will meet this field of 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings in just a moment.
myself up real quick. I think we're waiting on Kurt, but good to have little Leo Grummel doing guest selections for us today. I know it's not been perfect. I'm trying to get the...
A reminder, in this fourth race, Mike Cox will drive the 1 Goom Warden, J.D. Finn on the 6 Goomzilla. Race 4 for a purse of $3,130. The Illinois Standard Bred Association 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Trot, brought to you by Country Financial. Tracy Schmidt, your agent here in Carrollton, and Julie Schutz in nearby Whitehall. Here they come now, parading to the post. Horses kind of scattered back around the lower turn all the way to the back stretch, but you're fine, horsemen. Feel free to come right on. Number 1 is Goom Warden, owned and trained by Dennis Gardner of West Salem. Mike Cox is the driver. 2, Lose Recruit, is owned by Olivia Thaley of Charleston, trained by Jill Brown, the driver, Chris Brown. Number 3 is Voomster. Now, Voomster was a winner on Sunday afternoon at Martinsville in his first career start, owned and trained by Dennis Gardner, owned and trained by Dennis Gardner of West Salem. Thank you. Dane May is the driver. Number 4, Milkshake. Milkshake races for Ron Phillips of Athens, Jamaica Patton of Rochester, Sherry Boldovich of Platteville, Colorado, trained and driven by Jamaica Patton. Number 5, ABC Gangster, races for Autumn Nelson of Chrisman. Her dad, David Avenatti, is the trainer, and Autumn's brother, Wyatt Avenatti, is the driver. And number 6, Goomzilla. Speaking of things the horsemen are curious about tonight, they are very curious about this number 6 horse, folks, and we'll tell you why in a moment. Goomzilla is owned and trained by Dennis Gardner of West Salem. Contrary to the program, the driver, John David Finn. So let's talk for a moment here about Goomzilla. The reason a lot of horsemen, if you look down toward that first turn, you see the horsemen all lined up along that outside fence. The reason they are so interested in the 6 horse is because number 6 is a half-brother to a horse named Goomster. If you were here at the Greene County Fair 4 years ago, you saw Dennis Gardner race Goomster. It was Goomster's very first career start, and he won. And he won, and he won, and he won, and he won. He went on to be the champion 2-year-old trotting male in Illinois. He was the champion 3-year-old of 2023. He was Horse of the Year for this state in 2023. He has now won right at $350,000, folks. And on Sunday afternoon at Martinsville, big brother Goomster trotted in 1:58, fastest trotting mile ever at an Illinois county fair. So, Goomzilla has a lot to live up to, because maybe a lot of us have been there at one time or another. Living in the shadow of an older sibling? Yep. Well, Goomzilla's in that spot, folks, because everybody's curious, will Goomzilla prove to be the caliber of his half-brother Goomster? Now, obviously, we cannot answer that question in one start on a night in May. So we understand no one's going to be making final judgments on this horse tonight. But simply, horsemen at heart are race fans like all of you. And they find it interesting when that next generation comes along after we've seen a horse go and win Horse of the Year. And then here comes little brother, number 6, Goomzilla. Let's see what happens. They are at the post. The gate's rolling. 4th race. Top of the stretch, here they come. 4th race, brought to you by Country Financial. They are off and trotting, and there goes Lose Recruit right out for the early lead. Milkshake has speed from the outside as well. As they swing down into the first turn, Voomster is off stride. Goom Warden is off stride around the first turn. And there goes ABC Gangster picking his way up to third. And in the meantime, how about Goomzilla? Goomzilla stayed on the trot. J.D. Finn carefully negotiated a path through all those breaking trotters, and would you know it, Goomzilla is your leader, folks. They go to the quarter-mile mark. Goomzilla, in his first career start, has made the top and opens up by some 3 lengths as they race their way around that far turn. 34 seconds for the opening quarter, 34 seconds flat. So it is Goomzilla, chased by Lose Recruit. Now there's just over 2 lengths between the top 2, and then a gap of 3 more lengths back to the rest as ABC Gangster had worked his way up into the 3rd position, but now is off stride. So ABC Gangster, after moving into contention, breaks stride, still 3rd, but now better than 20 lengths off the lead. Goomzilla is halfway home, has a widening 5-length lead. 104-3 for the first half mile, 104-3. Well, we talked about Goomzilla. So far, so good. If the first 5/8 of a mile of this young trotter's career are any indication, we don't know that he will end up achieving what his big brother has achieved. But you gotta like his future, folks, as he goes to the 3/4 and he has opened up. Yeah, Goomzilla can trot, and we know that. That much we will know as we leave here later tonight, because Goomzilla is trotting on with a widening 20-length advantage. 136-3, the time at the 3/4, 136-3. Goomzilla by 20, Goomzilla by 25. It is Lose Recruit in the 2nd position. Goom Warden has worked his way up to 3rd. It is all Goomzilla. Hey, folks, he's pretty talented himself. There he is, Goomzilla, much the best here in race 4, brought to you by Country Financial. The battle's a good one for 2nd. Goom Warden does rally up to be 2nd across the wire. Lose Recruit was 3rd. ABC Gangster was 4th. And then it's Voomster who is across the wire in the 5th position. Number 4, Milkshake, pulled up, did not finish. The horse exited the racetrack in good order, simply did not finish the mile. But again, the good news is Milkshake appeared to be fine and was headed back to the barn. So please note the 4, Milkshake, did not finish. Time for the mile. 2:06-3. 2:06-3 for an Illinois-bred 2-year-old trotter with no one near him. He had nobody there to press him. And still, as we stand or sit here on May 27th, Goomzilla has made a statement here with his first career start. We'll meet the winner in a moment. Well, folks, when you've got a big brother that's as popular and well known as Goomster, you've got a tough act to follow. Do you think this 2-year-old did a good job at his first career start tonight? How about it? Yeah. Congratulations. Goomzilla comes out this evening and demonstrates in his first career start he's got some talent himself. 2:06-3. There's your owner-trainer, Dennis Gardner of West Salem in the blue shirt, chatting with driver John David Finn. JD back on the Illinois Fair Circuit for the first time in about 10 years. He's a native of Newton, Illinois. He spends most of his time at Hoosier Park in Indiana, but it's great to see him back on the fair circuit. Hello, JD Finn. Congratulations, Goomzilla. Also, let's make note of the fact that the reason number 4 Milkshake left the racetrack, broken equipment. Broken equipment was the issue for the 4 Milkshake, and that's good news, because equipment can always be fixed and repaired. So we look forward to seeing Milkshake on another day. Again, the time for the mile, 2:06 and 3. Goomzilla, bred by Vern Miller, a 2-year-old trotter, a gelded son by Southwind Chrome out of She's a Muscle Girl by Muscle Hill. Still waiting for the full field rundown to be made official for that fourth race. Hey, our thanks again to Country Financial, Tracy Schmidt and Julie Schutz, the presenting sponsors of the beverage cooler that goes to the connections of race 4. Project that has been in the making, in the concept phase for some time now. So Connor, first of all, thanks for taking time to join us. I know it's the final week of the legislative session in Springfield, so we know you're busy. But first of all, welcome to the Greene County Fair.
Thank you. What a beautiful place. First time out here, one of the prettiest grandstands I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you.
Truly is. It's got a lot of rustic charm, 100 years old this year. Amazing. Let's talk about Decatur Downs. You and your dad and your whole team, you have been very committed, hoping to bring the concept forward to the next stage. And of course, you're going to need some help from the Illinois General Assembly. So you've spent a lot of time in Springfield. You've had horsemen come and testify. As we get down, in horsemen's term, to the finish line here this week, give us just your general overall outlook on where things stand.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to thank all the horsemen here. Without, obviously, the great history of racing in Illinois, we wouldn't have anything to fight for in the legislature. So it's an incredible privilege to be able to represent the horsemen of Illinois down there. But I think we're in a good spot. We're in the best spot we've been in the last 2 years. We had a legislative hearing yesterday morning, subject matter on gaming. Decatur Downs is a big topic of that meeting. It's also good that it was on Tuesday and not on Saturday, with the legislature adjourning on Sunday, which was the scenario last session. You know, we kind of ran out of time at the end of session, got it through the Senate, and ran out of time in the House. We're in a great space. We don't want to take the time for granted, but we believe that over the next couple days, we can get something over the finish line.
You and your father have been very committed to this project. What is it that you and your dad have seen about Illinois harness racing and the Illinois harness racing community that has caused you to say, we believe in this sport and in the people in this state?
I mean, obviously, harness racing is a central and downstate sport, we believe, and that's why we believe in the Decatur project. Obviously, a lot of other operators are focused in Chicago, bigger market, bigger city, more people, but we believe that Decatur just makes sense. And obviously, coming out on nights like tonight, you can see the resilience that the harness horsemen of Illinois have. Doesn't matter where it is or what time or how hot it is, or if it's raining or if it's snowing, they're here. And it's just an incredible privilege to be around that.
If I remember correctly, you, your dad, your family have Illinois roots yourself. How much does this state of Illinois mean to you and your dad and the whole gang?
Yeah, my grandfather is from Casey, Illinois, and he was executive director of the Illinois Racing Board during the 90s, I believe. I was just a little kid. So, but I grew up, you know, going to Gulfstream Park with him. We'd go to Florida, and everybody else would be golfing, and we'd be at the racetrack. So it's a privilege to carry that tradition on for him. And obviously, Illinois is home, so want to make it that way for a while.
Well, I know you all have a lot on the horizon this year. It's going to be an exciting year. Looking down the road around Labor Day weekend, the all-new quarter horse track, which Revolutionary Racing, your family had a role in getting built. That's going to be a spectacular grand opening. How much are you also looking forward to that?
Honestly, I have thought little about it because we've been so involved in Illinois, but I had a meeting this morning with the racing board in Kentucky on some development fund stuff for Kentucky breds, and obviously racing finally at our own track in Kentucky is going to be a special moment. We've been actually racing at the Red Mile, as you know, which has been nice to get acquainted with the harness circuit there, but racing on your home turf is just different, and it'll be amazing to watch.
You will have a lot to celebrate with the opening of that track in Ashland, Kentucky. Connor, to you and your dad and the whole team, we hope you will also be able to celebrate with us here in Illinois. We're hoping for the best down to the final days of the legislative session, but with regard to Decatur Downs, regardless of what is decided by the legislature, we've talked to the horsemen over the last couple of years, even this evening before the races began. The horsemen said, please make sure that the Lucas family understands how much we do appreciate how hard they have fought for our sport in Illinois. Now go get them.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Connor Lucas, Larry Lucas from the Decatur Downs Project. How about a nice welcome to the Greene County Fair?
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Folks, sorry about that. We're concentrating on the other technical difficulties we've had, and I didn't slide the button up, so I apologize for that to our viewers and listeners out there. I swear the next 7 races is going to be hopefully the best races you've seen. Well, we know that you've seen all night. But, David, a good race there.
By the way, one note we should have mentioned earlier, and you might have noticed, race fans, because you've been coming here a number of years, Jordan Patton, the driver of the 1, bet on the Jet, so we don't want to neglect to mention the fact it was Jordan Patton on the 1, bet on the Jet. And the reason that we pass that along is Jordan Patton has pulled up in the first turn with his horse right alongside the starting gate, and he has lodged a claim of foul, and we'll have more information for you here in just a moment. Again, Jordan Patton, the driver of number 1, bet on the Jet. That is the pacer that came across the wire in the 2nd position, and a claim of foul being lodged against the 5, Calico Sunset, the unofficial winner, alleging interference at the exit of the final turn near the top of the stretch. So everything is still unofficial.
Well, the video should be good on that one.
And again, claim of foul has been officially lodged. Jordan Patton, the driver of the runner-up, number 1, bet on the Jet. He reported his claim of foul to the starter, Stacy DeRoos, who in turn has relayed it by 2-way radio to our stewards, including presiding judge Randy Callahan. And the claim of foul, of course, being that it comes from the runner-up, would obviously be a claim against the unofficial winner, number 5, Calico Sunset, alleging interference at the exit of the final turn at the top of the stretch. So our presiding judge, Mr. Callahan, he has exited the judges' stand here in the grandstand, and he is on his way to take testimony both from Jordan Patton and from Matt Avenatti, and he's also going to review the video of the race. Keep in mind, it's one of the luxuries in having harness tube on site. Great camera work, as always, by Lisa Surratt, and that does at least give the judge or judges a chance to review actual footage of race number 5 and all of the races here tonight anytime a claim of foul is lodged. So stand by. We'll update you as soon as more information becomes available.
All right, David, we'll pull our mics up here for a moment.
And this does give us a moment, folks, to acknowledge the role of due process in harness racing. If a driver believes that his horse experienced interference, that his path was impeded, due process says that the driver can lodge a claim of foul with the stewards, and then the stewards will take it under consideration and issue a ruling. More in just a moment. It's always interesting also, an anxious moment here, because Mr. Leroy Hunt is the owner and trainer of Calico Sunset. So if you're Mr. Hunt and there you are standing trackside in the red, white, blue colors, you have to wait this out. I mean, Leroy is gazing back at his filly, just waiting. What will the decision be? The judge has ruled insufficient evidence, no change in the result. The result is official as they cross the wire. Calico Sunset is your winner. Mr. Hunt waves to driver Matt Avenatti, says, come on down, we're good to go. And again, that's the great thing about due process. Driver can lodge a claim of foul, the judges will take it into consideration, and when the judge issues the ruling, we wrap up and we move on to the next race. So always interesting to see that process in motion. And the presiding judge has noted more than once, including tonight, that it's one of the benefits of having harness tube on site with that great camera work where a judge can go back and take a look at footage of a race immediately after it's been completed. Folks, as the saying goes, she has withstood a claim of foul. How about a hand for the winner, number 5, Calico Sunset? Lucy Reeves, Avery Wright, Eleanor Challenge, making the presentation down trackside of the beverage cooler, courtesy of Brass Door Restaurant and Catering. That's a driving double for Matt Avenatti. And Mr. Leroy Hunt, congratulations, sir. Gives the crowd a nice wave. He comes to us out of Jackson, Tennessee. Brian Chupp, the breeder of this 3-year-old filly by Kronos, who wins for the 8th time in her career. And again, the time for the mile, 2:01 and 3/5 of a second. Thanks to the Brass Door Restaurant and Catering right here in Carrollton. Visit them on Facebook or visit them at brassdoorrestaurant.com. Friendly staff, quality ingredients. Always a lot of fun to swing over to the Brass Door, have a bite to eat. We'll have the full field rundown and play Pick a Winner in just a moment. It's official for race 5. Bet on the Jet was the runner-up. Super Sage finished 5. Fox Valley Reba 4. Fox Valley Barbie 3. And Calico Sunset the winner. The quarter 29 and 4, the half 58 and 4, 3/4 1:30 and 3/5, and the time for the mile 2:01 and 3/5 of a second. It reads down 2:54.31. 6th race coming up. No changes to report in race 6. Let's play Pick a Winner.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
This Labor Day, the future of Illinois harness racing takes center stage. Walk the barns. Study the pedigrees. Watch them move. And invest in tomorrow's winners. From proven bloodlines to rising stars. Illini Classic Yearling Sale, where champions are found.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller's stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable. 217-254-0170. Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email
Avenatti Association 3-year-old filly pace for a purse of $1,640. The Robert Chick Fritz distributing race. And our belated condolences to the family of Bob Chick Fritz, who passed away at the end of April at the age of 86. His was truly a remarkable and truly American story. The business that he built going back to the post-war era when he would deliver product and also would deliver blocks of ice, because he knew back then not everybody was in the refrigeration age just yet. He was always thinking, he was always looking at how he could improve things. He was Elks Man of the Year and also was named Outstanding Citizen in Belleville, Illinois. And again, our belated condolences to the family of Bob Chick Fritz, who did so much for southwestern Illinois and the Metro East area and beyond. There are no changes in race 6. Let's meet these pacing fillies. Number 1 is ERM Rose, owned by Matt Avenatti of Chrisman, Doug Bowen of Mount Sterling, Troy Markert of Mount Sterling, trained and driven by Matt Avenatti. 2, April Sunlight IYQ, owned by Milton Greer of Jackson, Tennessee, trained and driven by Leroy Hunt. Number 3 is Approaching Anawan, owned, trained, and driven by Jacob Radel of Edgewood. Number 4 is Fox Valley Mai Tai, owned by Dave Avenatti. He's also the trainer. He comes to us from Chrisman, owned as well by Kevin Neatfeld of Piatone, and also owned by David Avenatti's daughter-in-law, Emma Avenatti of Sydney. It is Wyatt Avenatti who's in the bike. And number 5 is San Antonio Storm, owned by George Pollock of Rushville, trained by Cole Prather and the driver, Connor Prather. Headed to the gate, race 6.
As they get ready to go here, David, it's cooled down. That ought to help our situation, although I'm looking at CPU as a backup with lots of things on it again. So, and the only thing I've done different is add images. So I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm going to pull them out of there for right
now.
Well, thanks to officials from the Illinois Department of Agriculture
load them up when we have time, run through them real quick and delete them.
Spot testing for performance-enhancing drugs in these racehorses in the interest
there,
of integrity
on
the Illinois Fair circuit. Even though there's not pari-mutuel betting, there's still purse money up for grabs, and even if there were no money up for grabs, integrity is always crucial to the survival and future of any sport, and especially so when it comes to any form of horse racing. So to the Illinois Department of Agriculture, thank you. We appreciate it. The testing facility is located in the barns near the exit of the first turn of the racetrack, straight across
angled the camera
from the pole, marking the end of the opening 8th mile. Right now it's race 6 at the post, gates rolling in the Robert Chick Fritz Distributing race. We're glad to have you with us here this evening at the Greene County Fair. Top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing. There goes Approaching Anawan out for the early lead. April Sunlight IYQ comes away second. Fox Valley Mai Tai drives up 3 wide, now double wide from third to second to challenge for the lead. Approaching Anawan along the inside lane has a head in front, but for how much longer? There goes Fox Valley Mai Tai moving up to take the lead by a neck, a half length onto the back stretch, and then a gap of 3.5 lengths to April Sunlight IYQ in third. ERM Rose is racing in fourth, and San Antonio Storm is last of the 5 as everyone now straightens out single file past the quarter-mile mark. Fox Valley Mai Tai is the leader. 29-4 for the opening quarter. Thank you, gentlemen. 29 and 4/5 seconds. The time for the opening quarter mile. They work their way to the top of the stretch with just over a half mile to go here in race number 6. Fox Valley Mai Tai, Wyatt Avenatti, it seems like he's had outside starting spots a lot so far this evening, so he's had to map out a strategy, and more often than not, he has gotten past the inside traffic early, and at least that way, I think the thought is I can get to the front and control my own destiny from there. Fox Valley Mai Tai, the leader. 59-1 for the first half mile, 59 and 1/5 seconds. Fox Valley Mai Tai, the lead's increasing, 3, 4, 5 lengths to the good. Here comes ERM Rose. So this is quite the scenario. You've got Wyatt Avenatti leading. You've got his brother Matt Avenatti trying to chase him down. They go 1-2, separated by 3 lengths. Again, Fox Valley Mai Tai leads past the 3/4 onto the final turn. ERM Rose is second as they work around the final turn. 1 minute 30 and 3/5 seconds. 1 minute 30 and 3/5 seconds. And ERM Rose, she has not given up yet, folks. Here she comes to make another try to catch Fox Valley Mai Tai. The brothers Avenatti, they are at it again. Side by side, wheel to wheel at the Greene County Fair. ERM Rose moves by for the lead. It's a driving triple for Matt Avenatti as he has now won 3 of the first 6 races on the card. It was ERM Rose winning it by just over 2 lengths. Fox Valley Mai Tai second, a gap of 8 more lengths then back to San Antonio Storm third. April Sunlight IYQ was 4th. Approaching Anawan was 5th. 2:02 and 1, the time for the mile, 2:02 and 1/5 of a second.
David is going out because that is his brother's horse. And so, I got you up, Lisa.
Troy and, yeah, I'm saying Doug is coming too. I see him walking up. I got him on camera.
ERM Rose, a graduate of the Illini Classic yearling sale, sold for $8,500. Bred by Ernest Miller, co-owned, trained, and driven by Matt Avenatti. This is what horsemen call graduation day in many cases, when a horse finally gets that elusive first career victory. Folks, there's a good lesson here in perseverance. This filly was 0 for 11 in her lifetime. How about this girl? She gets on through for the win tonight. How about a hand for ERM Rose? Congratulations to co-owners Doug Bowen and Troy Markert of Mount Sterling, David Brink of Harness Tube down trackside as well. And pretty good night so far for that young man in the race bike out of Chrisman, Illinois. His name, Matt Avenetti. 6 races. He has won 3 of the 6. Matt, congratulations. And he gives a nice salute to the crowd. Judge, are we official? He says we are, and our thanks again to Robert Chick Fritz Distributing, sponsoring the beverage cooler for that 6th race. Here's the rundown. It is official from the top. ERM Rose, she will leave here tonight a winner for the first time in her career. April Sunlight IYQ was 4th, approaching Anawan finished 5. Fox Valley Mai Tai, the runner-up, and San Antonio Storm was 3rd. The quarter, 29 and 4. The half, 59 and 1. 3 quarters, 1:30 and 3/5, and the time for the mile, 2:02 and 1/5. And it reads down 1:45.23. We'll play Pick a Winner in a moment. Hey, speaking of which, Pick a Winner player.
Not worry about it.
I'll get the volumes up again. Man, when things start going backwards, my mind starts going in different places, and I apologize for that to everybody.
I know how that goes.
All right. Here you go, David.
There we go. So Doug sent some pictures in today, and I think they're all from here at Carrollton, the Greene County Fair. This one, those of you out there, those horse players, pay attention. This is Cindy's Hope. Tell me if you remember that name from about 1997, 99 era. Of course, Butch there at the head of the horse. Dad's driving, me in front of Dad, Doug in the Bulls jersey. And that's, I think, a little Casey Prather, Connor and Cole's older brother, who's about my age, between Doug and I. Ron Lennon owned this mare, and there's mom between them, and the 1999 Greene County Fair Queen, whoever that may have been.
Okay, there's the first one. We'll get through these.
How about those lapels? You like that?
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
That's a different driving shirt.
Doug
sure.
didn't have the year on this one. I think it's probably 80s, 84 to 6 maybe, I'll say. Gary Shields at the head of that horse. I'm guessing that might have been a GA's horse. GA Spunky, GA's JJ, GA's Corky. Gary and Alan had a lot of good horses together back in the day.
And who was driving that, Alan?
That's Dad, yeah.
Yeah, is that before it changed colors?
Nope.
Or is that always?
It's just a little different with the waistband versus the
okay.
old school. Oh, yeah, the sleeves are different. I actually have those at my house.
Okay.
Those are yellow sleeves, you're right. This is Bumper. That's Seaweed. Francis Snoz Greer there in the red hat behind the bike. Little Henri Butch Bowen in the red shirt. Uncle Bumper, Larry Bowen. Got Marjorie Greer. But Seaweed, those of you may remember, 1989, she won the she won the County Fair Challenge at DeCoin at odds of like 90 to 1.
All right.
There's Celebrity Mistress. Those of you remember that mare for Snoz Greer. She was a heck of a trotting filly. I think we sold her out east to, where'd she end up? I want to say, it's going to bug me now.
All right.
Who was it? I'll get to it later. And there we got, this one is The Rock. Not Dwayne The Rock Johnson, just The Rock. I remember this horse. They never amounted to much. I see a lot of equipment on it, but Jerry Kindheart at the head of the horse there. Of course, there's Dad and Mom and Sister PJ, Doug, me, Casey again. Marjorie Greer, she was always around at this fair. But send in your pictures. We love seeing these old ones. These are all here from the Greene County Fair. You know, just bringing back some good memories, some good. Check out those Umbro shorts I'm wearing. Remember those things with the 2 different colors?
Oh, no. Didn't own a pair of those.
My generation. And this one didn't have a date on it either, if I can read that sash, which I can't. But, yeah, it's Dad and Gary again. I'm not sure who else is in this photo, but if you happen to know, send us a message. Or if you're in the chats or something.
All right.
But just fun to get those up there. Yeah, share them with you.
All right, so we'll go to something else here as we take a look at things. We'll see what we can do with the starter car. It's not working as well here as it has our other locations, and track width has everything to do with the ability for them to stay close to the field, David, and track width and how much space they've got to run up above on the track also.
Yeah, and Stacy texted me. He said they adjusted the camera so they could try to stay behind the field more. And I said, absolutely. I trust your judgment. You know, definitely safer than sorry. And he said, absolutely. So we had to move it a little bit more of an angle, and it may not be as close as we used to be, but just the distance to keep the car away from the horses. We got to stay safe.
If we can get a hold of him, he can zoom that in. Button on the right, tell him just to zoom it in.
I'll see what he says.
See if they can zoom it in a little bit closer. See what we can get done with that. But trying to get the best views you can for you. Every fair is different, folks. The situation's different. It seems like today should have been a ride in the park, but hotter temperatures today and just some things that didn't go as expected. So with that, there's a call to the post. We'll go back to our track announcer.
Race 7, the Illinois Standardbred Association 3-year-old colt pace, the first division. And we also remember a longtime Carrollton-based horseman, Tom Walker, who passed in January of this year, the Tom Walker Memorial, getting ready to head to the post for the 7th race. Please note, contrary to the program, number 3, Jazz Party, the driver, Jamaica Patton. Number 3, Jazz Party, Jamaica Patton will drive. Let's meet the starters. These 3-year-old pacing colts and geldings going for a purse of just over $1,600. Number 1, Captain Trump, owned by Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, trained and driven by Marcus Detweiler. 2, Illini Game Day, fresh off that win on Monday at the fair at Martinsville, owned by Kevin and Keith Miller of Arthur, Andy Miller of Sydney, trained by Kevin Miller, and the driver is Wyatt Avenatti. Number 3, Jazz Party, owned, trained, and also driven by Jamaica Patton of Rochester, owned also by M.J. McAllister of Garrison, Texas, and Walt Holmes of Madison, Mississippi. The 4 Mighty engine is scratched. Number 5, RK's Winners Win, owned by MM&D Racing of Mitch and Mike Titus and Dennis Wright of Charleston, trained by Roshan Trigg, and the driver, Marcus Turner.
And David, on the picture, looks like you're killing Lisa and I again tonight.
I don't know how accurate those are. I mean, I think they're pretty close.
We were chatting earlier this evening before
it definitely
the races
has been giving me some fits. I think if I miss one official or here or there, it kind of resets sometimes. So I apologize about that. I'll work to get us updated after the race.
Remembered here this evening with this Tom Walker Memorial in race 7. And it's always interesting in a case like this to reminisce about a horseman and to speak to the family and say, does your recollection match my recollection? And we said to Mark, we mentioned this because a lot of us remember that Tom Walker, his stable would get tougher and tougher as the summer went on. And by the time you got to those fairs at the end of the summer and then into the fall review at the Illinois State Fairgrounds, and then in that era down to Fairmount Park for the winter meet, his stable would just round into top form and hit peak form right during that transition into the fall and winter. And Mark Walker said, yeah, he said, when I think back, I would agree with that assessment. He said back in that era, the Bond County Fair at Greenville would race late August, and then the Pana Tri-County Fair. And Mark said, yeah, as I think about it, you're right. It seemed like that would be about the time of year that Tom's stable would start to fire on all 8 cylinders. And then we were talking also about Carrollton Hawk. That was one of Tom's favorite horses, and for obvious reasons. And Carrollton Hawk was a pretty nice pacer, ended up winning about 10 or 12 races from Tom's barn. So we remember Tom Walker with this 7th race memorial, 3-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings, top of the stretch. Here they come. They are off and pacing. There goes Captain Trump out for the early lead. Illini Game Day comes away in the 2nd position. RK's Winners Win moves up 3rd to the outside. Hasn't found a spot to the inside yet as they race toward the quarter-mile mark. And then Jazz Party last to the 4, but just 2 lengths off the lead or so down to the inside. It is side by side for the lead. There goes Illini Game Day. Illini Game Day, Wyatt Avenatti now hits the accelerator pedal, the loud pedal, as they say, and goes to the lead. He let Illini Game Day just kind of gently work around the turn, and then he said, let's go, when they got straightened away on the backstretch, and Illini Game Day has the lead. 31-4 for the opening quarter, 31 and 4/5 seconds. Captain Trump is racing along in the 2nd position. RK's Winners Win and Jazz Party to complete the field after 3/8 of a mile here in the Tom Walker Memorial, race 7 at the Greene County Fair. They work their way down past the stands, and it's still Wyatt Avenatti showing the way with Illini Game Day. And you've still got Captain Trump 2nd, RK's Winners Win 3rd, Jazz Party in 4th as they head back toward the southwest side of the racetrack. 102-4, the time for the first half mile, 102-4. Here comes RK's Winners Win, moving from 3rd up to 2nd, and RK's Winners Win is going to put the test to Illini Game Day. Illini Game Day leads it by a neck. RK's Winners Win is right alongside, and they are matching strides for the lead at the midpoint of the backstretch. 1 length back to Captain Trump in 3rd, and Jazz Party is last of the 4 as they go by the 3/4, and it is still Wyatt Avenatti with Illini Game Day leading. 133-3 at the 3/4, 133-3. So Illini Game Day, 1/8 of a mile to go, leads it by 1.5 lengths. Captain Trump is now 2nd, saving some ground around that far turn, just to the inside of RK's Winners Win in 3rd. To the finish, Illini Game Day maintains a 1.5 length lead, and Illini Game Day wins the Tom Walker Memorial at the Greene County Fair. Illini Game Day won it by just over a length on the line and was followed by Captain Trump in 2nd, and then further back, RK's Winners Win and Jazz Party. 2:02-3, the time for the mile, 2:02 3/5 of a second.
Well, David, that was a good race.
It was a good race.
And it's starting to be like a nice summer evening out here as it's cooled down quite a bit out here.
Well, this is what we should expect, right?
Absolutely.
I was going to have Brady drop in, but I guess this is a family trophy. You got to go out there to the winner's circle. So,
but yeah, do.
Great race. So it.
No, I'm saying yeah, he probably does.
Oh yeah, I forget. I pay about half attention when we're on air trying to do 3 things at once, but.
Well, I think we've all been around.
Here comes a lot of walkers. Look out there. See all that blue coming on the track? How cool is that?
Well, there's not enough scenery behind that horse to get that many people behind.
We'll put them in the infield. There's more to the left, too. There's Tina over there.
One other note, Tom Walker, late in his career, teamed up with his nephew, Mark, and they won a lot of races across the state, particularly on the county fair circuit. April Brook and Back At Ya, and Infatuated Love and Fox Valley Arctic, among others. You couldn't help but notice that Tom Walker was also a fan of Gunsmoke and Wagon Train. Those are 2 fantastic shows. classic westerns of the 50s and 60s and brought a smile to our face, those of us who also enjoy those television shows. They're timeless in their appeal. And most of all, Tom Walker, family man to horseman and a friend to Illinois racing, who based his stable right here in his native Carrollton. The Tom Walker Memorial goes to a very talented pacer. Illini Game Day won 2 days ago in the signature event of the Martinsville Agricultural Fair, the Great Midwest Pace, and he backs it up with a win here tonight. How about a hand for Illini Game Day? Wyatt Avenatti with the winning drive for trainer Kevin Miller. Members of the Walker family come trackside and gather around the winner, Illini Game Day, which races for Kevin and Keith Miller of Arthur and Andy Miller of Sydney. $10,000 Illini Classic graduate, 10th career win for this 3-year-old gelded son of Some Stars Somewhere, bred by Ernie Lambright. And there's the Tom Walker Memorial blanket, blue with white lettering and trim. Tom raced a lot of nice pacers, and this is a worthy winner of the inaugural Tom Walker Memorial Illini Game Day. Here's the full field rundown. It is official for race 7. Captain Trump, the runner-up. Illini Game Day was the winner. Jazz Party finished 4. Mighty Engine was scratched, and RK's Winner's Win finished 3. The quarter, 31 and 4. The half, 102 and 4. 133 and 3/5 at the 3 quarters. The mile, 202
racing at
and 3/5. It reached down 214. Scratch 3. One other note just to wrap up that 7th race. Tom Walker also served his country, served in the infantry in Vietnam, where he earned 2 Bronze Stars. And Tom was someone that had the rare quality of having a resurgence in his racing career. A lot of us can remember when Tom kind of decided he wanted to get back in the bike and start driving some more again, and all of a sudden here he came. And a lot of us had remembered Tom when we were growing up, and he would win with horses like Go Count for his brothers and his parents and so on. And there came a point where Tom teamed up with son Sean back around 2003, and together they started winning a lot of races. And then subsequent to that, Tom and his nephew Mark carried on that same tradition. So we remember Tom Walker, and we get ready now for race 8. We will play Pick a Winner in just a moment.
Day. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Bring us back up, David, as we get young Brady. I don't have him plugged in, but I'll get him plugged in.
We have he can hear us, can he? That's the only thing I was worried about.
He can hear us.
Well, then he's just going to watch us anyway, so don't worry.
All right.
You didn't have the plug, did you?
Yeah.
To get him in?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's up to you if you want to do that.
I don't know. If I can find my plug now.
I was just going to show him what I was doing over here so he could learn this end. But if you want to get him,
go ahead. Let him concentrate on that. But
that's fine.
David's going to try to show Brady Schraka how to do some of the graphics and so forth. And I'll tell you what, with that, we'll just keep our sponsors up. And Kurt ought to be calling up here pretty quickly.
We'll talk on him.
I'll pull yours down. How's that sound? Nah. I'm used to having people talk and me not listen. So we'll bring Lisa up. It's been turned out to be a great night for racing, hadn't it, Lisa?
It has turned out to be a really nice night for racing.
It was a little balmy earlier, though.
No, temperature has cooled off. There's a light breeze. They've got a really good turnout over in the beverage area. And at different times, you just watch the lineup. There are a lot of people hanging on the fence watching the races also.
We've got a good crowd down here, but we don't have a camera down here as we took some of the stuff down as it was causing our problems down here. But can you get a shot of the beer garden, or can you crank that far?
I think that's about where I should be right now, aren't I?
Yeah, kind of. I can't see any of the buildings. That may be.
Oh, I'll back you over.
There we go.
Back just
what a crowd
little.
down there. Fish sandwiches, chicken out down there, different things that people can get. Fair food. We love fair food when we get the opportunity to partake, and each fair is different. Here, it's their fish sandwiches that they do, and I think in Carlinville, I was thinking is like Porky Burgers, I think. But looking forward to our trip, and here's the call to the post. I'll take us down.
Race 8 in your scorecard, the second division of the Illinois Standardbred Association 3-year-old colt and gelding pace for a purse of just over $1,600. Number 5, Coniger, the driver, has been changed to Connor Prather. We'll meet the starters in just a moment. This race, the beverage cooler for our winning connections, sponsored by our friends at Killian Communications Consultants Incorporated. Quality telecom for decades, dating back to 1961, and we appreciate their continued support of the Greene County Fair and its racing program. In fact, last year, this race went to a pacer named Jim's Big Boy, who went on to have a pretty good summer. Ended up with a pretty solid campaign, and he's still racing well. He's racing well down at Oak Grove at the Paramutual in Kentucky. Here they come, post parade for race 8. Number 1, Smoking Them Some Stars, fresh off a first career win. That was at Martinsville on Sunday in 1:59.4. Smoking Them Some Stars, owned by Kevin and Daryl Miller of Arthur, and owned also by Andy Miller of Sydney, trained by Kevin Miller, the driver Marcus Detweiler. 2, Incredible Stevie, runner-up on Monday in the Great Midwest Pace at Martinsville with a beaten time of 2:01.1, owned by Nan Turner of Argenta, trained by John Fletcher, and the driver Mike Rogers. Number 3, Fox Valley End Zone, owned and trained by Tanner Saltzgaver of Dewey. The driver is Wyatt Avenetti. Number 4, Gothic Thunder, owned by Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, trained by Jill Brown. The driver is Jordan Patton. And number 5 is Coniger, owned by Jim Walden of Lincoln, trained by Cole Prather, and the driver is Cole's brother, Connor Prather. Headed to the gate, 8th race. at the post and the gate is rolling. We should mention our friends at Harness Tube, and by the way, they've got a banner positioned on the infield all the way down toward the turn one end of that lineup of billboards and banners. Visit them at harnesstube.com. I believe at Martinsville a couple of days ago that the folks at Harness Tube mentioned the fact they are sponsoring a driving championship for the races that they cover this year. And I think there's like a championship belt. Is that right? If I remember correctly, that will go to the champion driver for the Harness Tube covered races. I love it. Folks at Harness Tube love this sport, and they love creating some extra incentive just for some fun, and that's what county fairs are all about. Here they come, race 8. Off and pacing, there goes Smoking Them Some Stars out for the lead. Incredible Stevie comes away in the second position as they thunder into the turn. Fox Valley End Zone is third, stacks up 3 wide around the turn. Incredible Stevie is between horses, but the leader is Smoking Them Some Stars. Smoking Them Some Stars guides the field onto the backstretch and leads it by 2.5 lengths. Incredible Stevie backs away, drops over to the inside lane in second by 1.5 lengths as Fox Valley End Zone goes third. Gothic Thunder is racing in fourth, and Conager is last of the 5. Single file formation as they go on by the quarter. 30 1/5 for the opening quarter, 30 1/5 seconds. Smoking Them Some Stars is the leader, fresh off that win on Sunday afternoon at Martinsville, and leads it by 2 lengths. Incredible Stevie comes in off a solid runner-up effort in the Great Midwest Pace and is right behind the leader, drafting in behind leader Smoking Them Some Stars with 1 lap to go in the Killian Communications Consultants Incorporated race. And then further back, you've got Fox Valley End Zone along the inside in third, Gothic Thunder, and then Conager at the back. 1 minute and 3/5 for the first half mile, 1 minute and 3/5. They go to the 3/4. Smoking Them Some Stars, still waiting for a challenge. It's still single file behind him, but that's about to end. Here comes Incredible Stevie up to challenge for the lead as owner Nan Turner watches from the front row here on the front straightaway. The lead battle goes by the 3/4. It is Smoking Them Some Stars leading at a 1/2 length. Incredible Stevie second. 1:31.4 the time at the 3/4 mile mark. Fox Valley End Zone third, has to go wide to the top of the stretch, 3 lengths off the lead. Conager has to go to the grandstand side in fourth. Incredible Stevie off the far turn. They turn for home, has to catch Smoking Them Some Stars, and then Fox Valley End Zone, there's no catching Smoking Them Some Stars. Smoking Them Some Stars opened up in the closing strides and won it by 3 lengths. After that, it was Fox Valley End Zone second, Incredible Stevie third, Conager, and finally, across the wire, Gothic Thunder. 2 minutes and 3/5 of a second. 2 minutes and 3/5 of a second, the fastest mile so far of the program. Give credit to Smoking Them Some Stars. Faced all kinds of challenges around the final turn to the top of the stretch, but Marcus Detweiler had it measured just right, and the eventual winner had plenty left for the stretch drive.
Lisa, that was an exciting race as we came down the finish line. Prather kind of broke there as they came around that last turn toward the home stretch.
Smoking Them Some Stars is trained by Kevin Miller of Arthur, who bases his stable at the Champaign County Fairgrounds in Urbana. And Kevin comes in tonight and sweeps both divisions of the 3-year-old colt pace. This time, Smoking Them Some Stars owned by Kevin and Daryl Miller of Arthur and Andy Miller of Sydney. A graduate of the Illini Classic sale for a price tag of $26,000, bred by Diana Wilson of Martinsville. This winning pacer, a 3-year-old gelded son of Some Star Somewhere, out of Smokin' Them in Blue Jeans by Big Bad John. How about a hand for the winner, Smokin' Them Some Stars? Be curious to get Marcus Detweiler's thoughts. You know, sometimes they say when a horse finally gets that first win, the light bulb goes on and they finally figure out what this is all about. And that seems to be the case with Smokin' Them Some Stars. That win gave this pacer a lot of confidence, and now he backs up the win from Sunday, which was his first ever in 10 career starts. And now he has back-to-back victories. And so far tonight, the fastest mile of the evening, 2 minutes and 3/5 of a second. A lot of times you'll hear horsemen talk about getting confidence into a racehorse. Maybe to some degree, some horses are like humans. You lose a race or two and you might lose your confidence, but then when things set up and they set up right and you get that win, the confidence comes back, and it seems like Smokin' Them Some Stars is finally figuring out how to put it all together. Full field rundown in just a moment, then we'll play Pick a Winner. Here is the entire official order of finish, and our thanks again to Killian Communications Consultants Incorporated, our sponsor for the beverage cooler that just went to our winning connections. From the top of the page, Smokin' Them Some Stars was the winner. Incredible Stevie was third. Fox Valley End Zone was the runner-up. Gothic Thunder finished 5. Conager finished 4. The opening quarter, 30 and 1/5. The first half mile, 1 minute and 3/5. 3 quarters, 1:31 and 4/5, and the time for the mile, 2 minutes and 3/5 of a second. Reads down 1:32.54. That'll bring us to race 9. A reminder, Pick a Winner players, in this 9th race, scratch the 2 Enchanting Chrome. A reminder, scratch the 2 Enchanting Chrome, scratched because of transportation issues. Time to play Pick a Winner for that 8th race. Oh my, this has become the hot section of the
All right, David, talk points.
Yeah.
Check out our website. There's lots of new and exciting things. I actually had time yesterday.
Did you?
To do that, or I should say this morning.
What'd you click around and find?
I just clicked around and found, number one, that I was losing rather badly in the in the points race part of things. That was the first thing. Then the next thing, the driver things. I want to encourage the drivers, get on there and get your profiles done, because I enjoy reading those and hearing a little bit more about those from you. Let's see, the race programs, I saw that out there. I saw where you can go back and click a button to go to an old broadcast.
Yeah.
And then would take you to YouTube, so it made it very easy to find. And then I found the driver stats and the owner stats.
Those are kind of fun, weren't they, to see who's doing what and how. We can pull it up right now. That's not, of course, going to be easy, is it?
No, I can't. We can't make it
There
easy.
it is.
But you can
Too
see
small.
a picture of the championship belt that we've got for them. You need to send that back up with Lisa, so Kurt you can get
Put it on camera.
Get it on camera.
Make Brady hold it, or somebody.
Or somebody. But yeah, that's a cool belt. We'll get it online. News that's out there, schedule. That's the real important thing. Where we're going to be, and hopefully, you know, like I said, we've made quite a few changes, and we can make that happen. No, that's not working. We unplugged it, so you take it up there, please.
Here, we'll let Brady do it or something. We'll let Brady hold it. She'll turn the camera on.
Yeah, Brady will hold it.
He's over there. He's over there right now, but we'll get to it. But if you check out that website, I did pull up the drivers and trainers stats page. We have some cool stuff in there. I think like White's hitting the board with 75.7% of his starts. He's got 37 starts, 11 wins, 10 places, and 7 shows so far. given something I may have missed with an error. But, yeah, I mean, just stats like that. Win percentages, he's at 29.7% win percentage. Little nerdy stuff like that to go check out and keep us something to talk about.
Absolutely. Some great stuff out there. Check out that as we take a look at things here. And then what's the next thing we have up here? Oh, go back, find our YouTube channel, and like and subscribe us in both Facebook and YouTube. If you hit the subscribe button, you will get notification if you allow notifications when we go on the air. And you can you subscribe. It makes it a lot easier to go back and find your library of stuff.
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
that you follow to do that with. And so that's great. Here you go. There we go. Got to go back.
Fantastic. That will be presented at the end of the summer to the leading driver among the fairs that Harness Tube is covering, and they are covering a bunch of them. Don't forget, you can visit them at harnesstube.com or check out their Facebook page or their YouTube channel. I think any of us who have an appreciation for championship wrestling are going to love the inspiration behind this championship belt that will go to the Harness Tube Illinois Fair champion driver of the 2026 campaign. That is going to be a lot of fun as the summer unfolds to see who ends up taking that inaugural award.
That's fun, David.
Kurt makes it sound so cool. I'm glad. It makes us look good, doesn't he?
Brady hadn't seen that before, had you? Okay.
Let him try to put it on. Maybe it gets down here pretty
soon. He could put that on. I don't know if there's small enough cinches in that for him.
Well, I have to admit, Harrison's worn it a time or two, so it has been broke in once or twice. But it's a fun little thing to do. We talked about championship belts and wrestling and whatnot on the broadcast a couple years ago, and just the idea hit. Why not? I think Brown County High School basketball team had a defensive. Is that what it was?
Yep, it was a belt. That's where you got the idea.
Yes, it was. I emailed Jeff Bottorff and said, "Hey, where do you get your belts from?" And he told me, gave me a link, and I followed it up.
Basketball players, when they great defensive week, get the belt.
Yep. Kind of a cool thing,
Because defense is passe as far as basketball is concerned on so many levels.
Right. But, I went to the University of Nebraska, and their starting football defensive men all got a black shirt. It was the culture of being the black shirts or getting the black shirt. It's just kind of a thing. It's a reward just to, reward honest effort, good work, championship-level performance.
All right. With that, we're going to go to commercial, and you can teach Brady some things while we're at commercial. But thanks for listening to Harness Tube.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Just keeping tabs
Labor
on the
Day.
fastest miles of the evening so far with an eye toward those Papa Deck awards in honor of the late Bobby Decker. The fastest mile so far this evening by a colt or gelding, the 2 minutes and 3/5 of a second that we just saw from Smokin' Them Some Stars. And the fastest mile by a filly so far, Calico Sunset, in 2:01 and 3. Race 9 is the Illinois Standardbred Association 3-year-old filly trot, presented by the Carrollton Levy. They have sponsored the beverage cooler that will go to the winning connections here in race 9. The purse $2,900 plus. Number 1 is Shady Maple Caddy, owned by Earl Abinetti. He's the owner and he's the trainer, Clinton, Indiana, owned also by Malda Horn of Clinton, Indiana. The driver is Wyatt Abinetti, Earl's grandson. Number 2 is Scratch. Number 3, Fox Valley Cassidy, owned by Lester Detweiler of Sullivan. His son, Marcus Detweiler, is the trainer and the driver. Number 4, No Flies on Me, owned and trained by Jamaica Patton of Rochester, co-owned by the D&J Racing Stables of Terry, Mississippi. The driver is Mike Cox. Number 5, Checkin' Lights and Chrome, owned by Connor Prather of Springfield. He trains, he also drives. Number 6, TVS Tia Wind, owned, trained, driven by Jerome Daniels of Springfield. And number 7, Little Brindle, owned by Kelly Avenatti of Windsor and owned also by her mom, Tony Bell of Windsor, trained and driven by Kelly's husband, Tony's son-in-law, Matt Avenatti, who is hoping to build on what has already been a good evening at the fair with 3 wins and counting. At the post, the gates rolling for race 9. You can visit the Carrollton Levy on Facebook. Check out their Facebook page. As they say, if you know everyone's truck in the parking lot, you're in the right place. Good to have them back on board again this year as a sponsor. And again, they have sponsored the beverage cooler for our 9th race, Winning Connections. Here they come, trotters lined up, ready to go. TVS Tia Wind got rough-gated and is about 15 to 17 lengths off the gate. The rest are off and trotting here in race 9. There goes Shady Maple Caddy out for the lead. Fox Valley Cassidy comes away in the 2nd position as they swing around the turn. No Flies on Me is away 3rd. Checkin' Lights and Chrome is in 4th. Little Brindle is 5th, and better than 25 lengths back to TVS Tia Wind, who is the distant trailer. Again, put in some awkward steps before the start and lost a lot of ground before the race began. It is the distant trailer, about half the distance of the backstretch behind the front 5, who already are marching past the quarter-mile mark. And at the front of the field, Shady Maple Caddy is the leader. Opening quarter, 32 and 3. Thank you, gentlemen. 32 and 3/5 seconds for the first quarter. Shady Maple Caddy, a winner here at the Greene County Fair 1 year ago. So we know that she likes this racetrack. Fox Valley Cassidy comes in off a near 10-length victory. That was on Sunday afternoon at Martinsville. She is sitting in the 2nd position. No Flies on Me is racing in 3rd. Checkin' Lights and Chrome is in 4th. Little Brindle is 5th, and TVS Tia Wind is last of the 6th. And there goes Little Brindle. Little Brindle is moving up from the 6th position, or 5th position, now taking 4th, about a half dozen lengths off the lead. 105 flat for the first half mile, 105 flat. They head toward the 3 quarters. Shady Maple Caddy leads. Fox Valley Cassidy 2nd. No Flies on Me, 3 lengths off the lead, 3rd, a half length. Little Brindle is 4th, and now here comes Fox Valley Cassidy. She takes to the outside. She's been right behind the leader since the start, and now Fox Valley Cassidy is taking the lead to the far turn, but she may have company because Little Brindle's trying to move up. You've still got Shady Maple Caddy in 2nd. Little Brindle is 3rd, and in the meantime, being the first to strike is going to pay off for Fox Valley Cassidy because she made that move and she was gone with a 5, 6, 7 length lead turning for home. This race is over. Fox Valley Cassidy is your winner. Marcus Detweiler with his 2nd win on the card. Fox Valley Cassidy won it by nearly 7 lengths. Little Brindle was 2nd, a length and a half. No Flies on Me was 3rd. 10 more lengths back to Shady Maple Caddy in 4th. The final 2 work their way off the final turn. TVS Tia Wind moves up. She will come down the stretch and cross the wire in 5th. and Checkin' Lights and Chrome will be 6th. 2:06 and 1/5. The time for the mile, 2:06 and 1. Your winner, number 3, Fox Valley Cassidy.
Good race by Little Brindle there, David. Just didn't have enough to catch up with the lead there, but had a good finish in second place.
Yeah, Birdie raced good there, but Fox Valley Cassidy was just too much, jumped out ahead of him. I think Randy's coming down here.
Fox Valley Cassidy, who has just won this Carrollton Levy race, the 3-year-old filly Trot, was a $10,000 yearling purchase from the Land of Lincoln sale in Sherman, presented annually by Dr. Kenneth and Patricia Walker and family. They, of course, breed all of the Fox Valley horses, which have won so many races, not only in Illinois, but even some of the biggest races nationally over the years, like the Breeders' Crown. And Fox Valley Cassidy has now won 2 of her first 3 starts. How about a hand for the winner of race 9? Our queen, Lucy Reeves, joined once again by Junior Miss Avery Wright and Little Miss Eleanor Challenge. They have been faithful to greet our winners after each race. We appreciate it, ladies, very much. They were just crowned here last night at the Greene County Fair. Lester Detweiler, Marcus's father, is the owner of this Southwind Chrome filly, who now has 6 wins in 8 starts. This filly trains in Marcus's stable at the Coles County Fairgrounds in Charleston. And you look at the fact that Marcus Detweiler, 20 years of age, who wants to continue to develop a career in the horse business, and he is learning both as a trainer and as a driver. And congratulations, Marcus, on your latest victory out of Sullivan, Illinois. Full field rundown coming up, and then we'll also play Pick a Winner here shortly. 10th race on the way. No scratches in race 10. A reminder that in this 10th race, the driver of the 1 Zoomster will be John David Finn. J.D. Finn drives the 1. And the driver of number 3, Toenator, Mike Rogers. Mike Rogers drives number 3, Toenator. Good to have Dr. Richard Flacco and the viewing audience this evening joining us via harness tube. Of course, Doc and his wife Arlene make their home in Alexis, Illinois, not far from Galesburg, the Flacco family farms. Doc was inducted into the Illinois Harness Racing Hall of Fame on February 28th of this year. And the Flacco family's flagship stallion, Lou's Legacy, who has won so many very well-deserved titles as Illinois Trotting Sire of the Year, Lou's Legacy, also inducted into the Illinois Hall of Fame on February 28th. So, Doc, to you and Arlene, Rick, Tabby, and the whole gang, great to have you joining us online. Time now to play Pick a Winner. Where is Pam Thompson? Pam is down to our left, again toward the head of the stretch end of this grandstand, which celebrates its 100th birthday this year. Pam, it looks like you come to us from Jerseyville, correct? Jersey County Fair, absolutely a fantastic fair. Some of us are old enough to remember not only going to the harness races there, but the demolition derby there back when I was a kid in the 1970s. It was world championship caliber. Herb Hagen from Fielden, Dave Delp from Fielden. I mean, it was, there was a lady named Helen Bick who won the feature one year. Had to be one of the first female drivers ever to win a feature event. Helen Dodge that night. That car was stout. A lot of great memories of racing in the demo derby. Say hello to everyone in Jersey County for us.
Steve, Lisa, and David here waiting for the final.
Race 9, yeah.
And Lisa, good shot of the belt up there.
For us, but decided he didn't want to show you guys up, so instead we didn't.
Only if he gives me his best Hulk Hogan impression.
Okay, I'll tell him that.
Yeah, it would be.
Or Macho. I'll take Macho Man or Undertaker.
Well, hey, here's the thing, though. Might be lying on the floor because Hulk Hogan's dead.
He didn't make it, did he? Yeah.
Anybody can play him now.
Just play dead.
Yeah, play dead.
You should be getting a final in just.
Beautiful day of racing. It's always fun to be here.
Here's the full field rundown. It is official for that 9th race. Shady Maple Caddy finished 4. Chrome was scratched. Fox Valley Cassidy, the winner. No. Checkin' Lights and Chrome was 6. TVS TO runner up. 32-3 at the quarter. In 137-3, the time for the mile 2:06 and a reach down 4 scratch 1. 3-6-5-2. 10th race coming up. And a reminder, make sure that you fill out the door ushers. There's a special bucket just for the door prizes, and we will draw for those prizes following this 10th race. Pick a winner draw. Heated in the first 9 races. Would be so kind as to return your saddle pad numbers to the area near the speed office where you picked them up on the side that brown and white barn earlier today. There are horsemen who will be needing saddle pads. Is to return those saddle pads so that they may be redistributed. Race 10, the Illinois Standardbred Association. Purse $2,879. Dairy Queen of Carrollton goes to the winner. Let's meet the starters. Number 1, Zoomster. A reminder, John David. Class Comedian, owned, trained, and driven by Jacob Radel of Edgewood. 3 is Toe Nader, owned and trained by the driver is Mike Rogers. Number 4, Lil Too Pricey, owned by Ron Phillips of Athens, trained and driven. Number 5 is Smokes Arising, and by the way, looks like they've done the old Fika patent, trains both the 4 and the 5, and as the trainer, he has exercised his right to decide that he will have Mike Cox drive the 4. Jamaica is going to move to number 5, Smokes Arising. To all hands, we talked about the fact Linda joins us home in Monticello down. Folks, if you were here 1 year ago at the Greene County Fair, chances are, if we're just going to be blunt, you probably didn't give Zoomster a second thought that night, because Zoomster broke stride at virtually every point of call. And if someone had said to you, hey, would you like to buy Zoomster, you probably would have said absolutely not, based on that performance. Well, we have talked about the fact that when we come to this fair with 2-year-olds, they are seeing the starting gate for the first time in their career, and they are in a learning process. Well, after he left here last year, Zoomster went on and had a pretty good season. He ended up winning over $60,000 and took runner-up in the Night of Champions race called the Cadabra for 2-year-old Illinois-bred trotting males. So just a reminder, we saw a lot of 2-year-olds earlier this evening, so even if you saw a 2-year-old and you thought, well, that was not a real impressive performance, maybe not tonight, but you never know what might be in store for these horses down the road. And Zoomster is a fantastic example of how things can change as the season goes on. At the post, gates rolling, race 10. Here they come. Race 10, door prizes coming up after this race. Oh, Zoomster is off stride. Zoomster has broken stride at the start, and also Class Comedian has broken stride. They both get to the outside, clear of traffic. Everyone else files by neatly to the inside and safely along the inside lane. Onto the backstretch, Tonator. Well, if you're Dennis Gardner and one of your horses just broke stride, here's the good news for Dennis. The other horse is leading by about 10 lengths up the backstretch, and that is Tonator. Tonator leads past the quarter-mile mark. Smokes a Rising is beginning to close some ground from second. Zoomster is starting to pick up the chase now from third. 31 seconds for the opening quarter, 31 seconds flat. Class Comedian is in fourth. Little too pricey, the distant trailer. A lot of spacing from position to position. Some 5 to 10 lengths or more separate each spot in the order as they come to the half. And what does that mean? Well, it means Tonator is by himself, but that might change soon because Smokes a Rising is closing ground and Zoomster is right alongside of Smokes a Rising, and they are eyeball to eyeball for the second position. 101 and 4 for the first half mile, 101 and 4. Already the leader, Tonator, is at the 5/8 mile mark, but his stablemate, Zoomster, is closing ground with every stride. The deficit is now down to about a half dozen lengths. Smokes a Rising, give that trotter credit, only fourth career start and travels along well in third. But Tonator may get caught by the time they get to the final turn. Now, he still leads by 5 to 6 lengths. Oh, Zoomster put in an awkward step there and lost some momentum. He quickly picked up the trot again. 133 and 4, did not make a break, but just had an awkward step at the 3/4, and that might cost him a win. Because in the meantime, Tonator has gotten away, turning for home for Mike Rogers. So Dennis Gardner, we know this, he's going to the winner's circle because he's going to have the winner and he's going to have the runner-up finisher. Tonator wins it for Mike Rogers, and Zoomster does come back to be second for J.D. Finn. After that, it was Smokes a Rising home in third, and then a gap of about 20 more lengths to Class Comedian in fourth, and finally, a little too pricey will be across the wire in fifth. 2:05 and 3, the time for the mile. 2:05 and 3/5 of a second. Tonator picks up his first win of 2026.
Well, David, how breaks change a race?
With trotters, it make you pull your hair out, won't they?
Because you've got to make up all that gap, and just like any runner, you may be gasping for air at the end because you had to give more at the beginning. Now.
We were just chatting about the name Toe-Nader. Dennis, we're trying to remember, was this horse a baby at Walker Standardbreds when the tornado came through? Wow. Wow. Brian Kennedy, the breeder of this horse, he was the veterinarian on call at Walker Standardbreds. And when this horse was a baby, a tornado came through the farm in Sherman, Illinois, where this fella was growing up. And despite the fact that there was damage done to a number of buildings on the property, this fella came through it well and healthy and strong and went on to become a fine racehorse. Folks, he has overcome some adversity in his horsey life. How about a hand for Toe-Nader, your winner in race 10? Yeah, that it seemed like a year ago someone pulled us aside and said, hey, the reason for that name, Toe-Nader, is because this horse, he was a very young horse, a foal growing up at the time that the tornado swept through Sherman, Illinois, near Springfield, and wreaked some havoc in that area. But as always, the staff at Walker Standardbreds did an amazing job of caring for their animals and helping restore order in the path and aftermath of that storm. And Toe-Nader came through it and survived, and now he has just won for the 4th time in his career, 2:05.3 the time for the mile. Full field rundown coming up, and then we owe you a pick a winner draw, and then we owe you some door prize drawing.
Interesting story on that horse, David, as the tornado story.
Yes, I remember.
Here's the full field rundown. It is official for race 10. Thanks again to our friends at Dairy Queen of Carrollton, the presenting sponsor. From the top, Zoomster, the runner-up, Class Comedian 4, Toe-Nader, the winner, Lil Too Pricey finished 5, and Smokes a Rising 3. The quarter in 31 flat, the half in 101.4. 3/4, 133 4/5, and the time for the mile, 2:05 3/5. It reads down 2:41.53. Race 11 is on the way. A reminder, scratch the 5, Mia's March Madness. Scratch the 5, Mia's March Madness, scratched by the trainer, reason personal. Mike Rogers drives the 6 stars with you. Time now, first of all, to play Pick a Winner. There will be a koozie, there will be a DeRoos Starting Gates handheld fan, there will be tickets for the beverage garden, all coming to Dean Davenport. Dean, where are you? Dean Davenport, you have won. Pick a winner. There he is. He's down to our left, down front. Dean, congratulations. Good selection there on Toe-Nader. Your prizes are coming to you. And in just a moment, we will have the door prize drawings. And we've still got 2 more great races yet to go. Tina Schrock tells us we have a lot of door prizes to give away. First up, does this all goes to the same person? Oh, wow. So, the winner is going to get, this is like a grand slam. You've got 4 items here. This is fantastic. You've got a handheld DeRoos Starting Gates fan. You've got a purple with black.
Illinois harness racing takes center stage. Walk the barns. Study the pedigrees. Watch them move. And invest in tomorrow's winners. From proven bloodlines to rising stars. Illini Classic Yearling Sale, where champions are found.
Long before the crowds arrive, The work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170. Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Take in the entire week that is about to unfold. You've got concerts, you've got a truck and tractor pull, you've got the demolition derby coming up at the end of the week as well. On behalf of our Fair Board and our co-speed superintendents, Leo Grummel and Mark Walker, we appreciate your being with us. Tina Schrock, our administrator, she has handled the taking of entries, which took place 3 days ago, and is also our official charter. Marietta Walker, her mother, is our clerk. Stacy and Aaron DeRoos with the starting gate from Charleston. Our thanks to John Langer and Scott Beal, our official timers. Brady Schrock has been taking care of the photo finish. Randy Callahan is our presiding judge. Our thanks to Sherry Fraley, who is our trackside winner's circle photographer. Also the gang at Harness Tube, David and Steve and Lisa, another great job. Wonderful to have you on board here once again tonight. This is where it all began for Harness Tube, by the way. Their maiden voyage was 2023 right here at the Greene County Fair. Thanks again to our track crew, Grummel Trucking, Leo Grummel, Campbell Trucking, also Bob Schnatgoke and Andrew McEvers. Thanks to our queen and her court, Lucy Reeves, Avery Wright, Eleanor Challenge as well. A lot of folks have been pitching in and helping out with Pick a Winner here this evening. Been walking a lot of miles up and down the rows to the grandstand, so thank you very much. We appreciate it. It's been a fun night, and we've still got 2 more races to go. Nellie and Nora Meisenheimer, granddaughters of our own Leo Grummel, have been helping out with the Pick a Winner duties here in the grandstand. So ladies, thank you very much. We appreciate it. That's awesome. When Grandpa is a horseman and he's the co-speed superintendent, you're going to get drafted to do some work, and I think those young ladies have been having a lot of fun. A great racing tradition in that Grummel family. Waiting for race 11. We are ready to go. In fact, starters are out. Well, race 11 for Pacers that are non-winners of $5,000 lifetime, brought to you by Carrollton Bank. Pick a winner players, good luck. We were just looking up and down the page, and a field here where you've got a field of maidens. Nobody in this lineup, as far as the horses in race 11, no one has won yet. But now here's the thing. They all have shown at one point or another some very fast beaten times, some competitiveness as far as hitting the board in the top 3. And the great news is tonight is going to be the night when one of these 5 pacers makes it to the winner's circle for the first time. Horsemen, we appreciate your support of racing at the Greene County Fair. Scratch the 5, Mia's March Madness. Mike Rogers drives the 6. The purse, $1,000. And a returning sponsor here in Carrollton Bank. Visit them at carrolltonbanking.com. They have approximately a dozen locations to serve you, and they bring us race number 11. You've got Jamaica Patton with number 2. He won the Carrollton Bank race a couple of years ago. Let's see if he can take home another title in the Carrollton Bank event at the Greene County Fair, or will it be someone else? Well, here's the post parade. Number 1, Dee's Last Champion, is owned by Robert and Diane McCabe of Elkhorn, Wisconsin, a great racing town with an incredible history and a wonderful fair. Usually takes place around Labor Day weekend each year. The McCabe's hail from Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Connor Prather trains and drives. Number 2, Handcuffs Whipped Cream, owned by Dietrich Kelly of Canton, Mississippi, co-owned by the trainer-driver Jamaica Patton of Rochester, Illinois. 3, Magic in March, owned by Herman Wheeler of Monroe, Louisiana. Jamaica Patton of Rochester, Illinois, trained by Jamaica Patton, Mike Cox, the driver. 4, Shark 2, owned, trained, and driven by Jacob Radel of Edgewood. 5 is Scratch. 6, Stars with You, owned and trained by Wayne Brown of Mason, Tennessee. Good to see Wayne here this evening. And Mike Rogers is the driver. Number 3, Magic in March. Any Fighting Illini fans in the grandstand here this evening? Anybody? Yeah? They had a very nice run with the men's basketball team, making it back to the Final Four. And, of course, the Big Ten Conference had a pretty strong showing from start to finish. Michigan just, wow, what can you say? They were the real deal and brought the men's basketball title back to the Big Ten, and Fighting Illini making it all the way back to the Final Four in that 2026 campaign. Speaking of sports, do I understand that the Carrollton Lady Hawks softball team, they play Friday, sectional championship? Didn't they graduate a lot of players off that state title team last year, and they're back to the sectional championship? That's amazing. All the best to the Carrollton Lady Hawks. Friday, sectional championship girls softball. Right now, we're at the post, and the gate is rolling. Race 11, lined up, ready to go. They are off and pacing, and there goes Shark 2 firing for the lead. Handcuffs Whipped Cream is a step quicker, though, and Handcuffs Whipped Cream gets over to the inside lane, leads the field by a length and a half around the first turn. Dee's Last Champion will go second, 3/4 of a length. Shark 2 is third up on the outside, 3/4 of a length. Stars with You is tucked away to the inside and fourth, and then a gap of nearly 3 more lengths back to Magic in March, who is last of the 5. They head up the backstretch to the quarter-mile mark. Handcuffs Whipped Cream. An Ohio-bred filly is showing the way here early on in race 11, brought to you by Carrollton Bank. You've got Dee's Last Champion, who's traveling along in second. 31-2 for the opening quarter, 31-2. Shark 2 is parked, has to go the long way around that far turn as they work their way past the 3/8 mile mark. Takes second, and it's just off the leader's flank. Further back, Stars with You is back toward the inside fourth, and Magic in March is last of the 5. They come on down to the half. Here comes Shark 2. Shark 2 gets right alongside of Handcuffs Whipped Cream, and Shark 2 goes stride for stride with Handcuffs Whipped Cream back into the lower turn past the half-mile mark. And that lead battle continues. 103-3 for the first half mile, 103-3. Stars With You moves to the outer flow of traffic, moves up fourth with cover. You've still got Dee's Last Champion right behind the leader in third and now regaining second off the turn. And Dee's Last Champion looks for room to the inside. Stars With You has to go 3 wide, and they're all chasing Handcuffs Whipped Cream as they go by the 3/4 mile mark. Handcuffs Whipped Cream leads it by just a length. Dee's Last Champion second by 2 lengths. 135-4, the time with the 3/4, 135-4. They race for the top of the stretch. Magic in March has gone to third, still 8 lengths off the lead though. Turning for home, Handcuffs Whipped Cream leading Dee's Last Champion. A length and a half, 2 lengths between them. Coming to the finish, Dee's Last Champion's coming on. Here comes Dee's Last Champion chasing after Handcuffs Whipped Cream. This will be close at the wire, and it was. Handcuffs Whipped Cream hanging on by a diminishing head for the victory. Handcuffs Whipped Cream holds off that late charge of Dee's Last Champion. But what a battle down the stretch. Time for the mile is 2:04 3/5. 2:04 3. Number 2, Handcuffs Whipped Cream, your unofficial winner. Well, folks, you might want to make a note for your files, you pick a winner players, because this makes twice in the last 3 years that Jamaica Patton has been the winning trainer driver in the Carrollton Bank race. Congratulations, Jamaica Patton. Jamaica is not only the trainer and driver, he's also the co-owner. He makes his home in Rochester, Illinois. The co-owner, Dietrich Kelly of Canton, Mississippi. And if Dietrich isn't here on site, I'll bet he's watching online on Harness Tube. Very enthusiastic owner who loves this game. There's Sherry Fraley to snap the photo of our winner. And our queen and her court, once again, Lucy, Avery, and Eleanor offer their congratulations and present that Carrollton Bank beverage cooler. Nicely done, ladies. First career win for this Ohio-bred pacer by Lather Up. Jamaica, you might want to talk to the folks at Carrollton Bank. You might need to deposit some winnings, my friend. He gives a thumbs up to that. He always seems to rise to the occasion in the Carrollton Bank race. Well, here's the full field rundown. It is official. Dee's Last Champion was the runner-up. Handcuffs Whipped Cream, the winner. Magic in March was third. Shark 2 finished 5. Mia's March Madness was scratched, and Stars With You finished 4th. They got the quarter in 31-2, the half in 103-3. 3/4, 135-4, and the time for the mile, 2:04 3/5 of a second. Reach down, 2:13.5, scratch 4. We'll play Pick a Winner. And a reminder, folks, a couple of scratches in race 12. The 1 Loose Venom is scratched, and the 5 Frontier Maynard is scratched. Again, they both raced very well at Martinsville on Monday. Loose Venom, a winner in the Great Midwest Trot in a hard-fought stretch drive by a nose. And Frontier Maynard was third and trotted 1 mile in 2 minutes in a beaten effort. So the connections of both horses said, you know what, they raced really hard for us just a couple of days ago. We're going to give them the night off. So again, tip of the hat to the folks at the Rochon Trig Barn and also to the Avenatti stable and the Bell stable. Great decision, always putting the best interest of the horse first. Oh, don't forget, Wyatt Avenatti drives the 3, Lou's Mandalorian, Wyatt Avenatti. Brady Schrock has just handed over the winning ticket for Pick a Winner for race 11. Where is Nancy Todd? Nancy Todd, give us a wave. Is Nancy still in the house? Is Nancy waving from down in the beverage garden? All right, very good. So now we are coaching Brady Schrock from afar on how to navigate the path to get down. Brady's on his way. So Nancy, sit tight. Brady's on his way with your Pick a Winner prizes. And Brady, thank you.
All right, David, when people help with donations or sponsorships, that help us with our lodging, broadcast equipment, and all the races we cover.
Yeah, all the fuel and whatnot. We got to get down to these races.
Yeah. You know what? I found something, though. I'll put this out over there. Went through Jacksonville and went to church going to Martinsville.
Mm-hmm.
Needed a little bit of gas. Well, we looked at the Q station in South Jacksonville. They're off the interstate.
Right.
And they had E85, which my van will burn,
right.
E85, for $2.99 a gallon.
Must have been some old gas you're getting rid of.
You lose
a couple miles per gallon, but
guess what?
You're supporting farmers.
For about a 35%, 40%
reduction. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that tank's still full. If it's been ran out and the price jumped up now.
I don't know. I'm going to check the next time
when you go back by
through there. But that helps out with all of those things,
sure
guys. And we appreciate your help with that. Let's see. We'd love to hear from you from the backstretch.
Had some awesome pictures from Doug today. Appreciate him sending those in. He sent me a text today. They were going to be coming, and it was really cool reminiscing with the old Greene County win photos.
But you can do that by calling us. I backed up too far here.
Any way you want to get us the picture, stories, whatever, we have harnesstube@gmail.com.
Yep.
We have, there it is, 312-772-5122. Shoot us a text. Or on Facebook, you can find me at David Brink or Harness Tube. We can shoot me a message, whatever you're more comfortable with. And or you can go to our website. We have a contact page for you. But either way you want to get in touch with us, we love hearing those stories. We love sharing photos of Amelia Finn and win photos from 1980s and all the good stuff that we've had the last couple of days. Memorabilia about Dan Patch and Single G and all the good ones. It's a lot of fun to kind of share that with you all and for you all to share it with us.
All right. And then
what they name them. I mean, there's got to be rationale, and some of it, yes, you know, David, because it's named after the father, after the mother, combination of all. But some of them have got just a lot of uniqueness, as we found out tonight.
Absolutely. You know, that's a great story with Tornado. I remember that tornado very well, and I'm happy that as that tragedy unfolded, we had some good horses that survived, and we're out here racing, and, you know, just small success stories that mean a lot to the connections.
All right, with that, our schedule, we're in Decatur on Monday, Decatur on Tuesday, and Carlinville on Tuesday. And so we'll make that quick trip, and then we get a little break, about a 7-day break there before we're back in Springfield. Lisa loves Springfield now, David.
I bet she does, doesn't she?
Don't you, Lisa?
I do. It's just a nice setup. Actually, the setup up here is a really good dig, too. Would never complain about it up here.
No, Carrollton does a good job, but Springfield's just that big mile track. It's so easy to keep the camera. You know, your range of motion is reduced by about what, 70% probably.
Yeah.
You know,
what you're following, because you're only going to come around at once. Here,
yep.
It's keeping up with it, but it's a nice establishment up here too.
And for the car camera, it is the best location.
Absolutely.
For the
because
car.
they're next to the horses.
Yeah.
It's complete profile shot of the whole field, which is amazing. So nice wide track. We don't have that luxury today.
Yep. And so we're looking forward to going back there. We'll be there on the 10th and the 11th, but we've got a whole schedule coming up. If you'd like to help us out, we'd love to have you do that. And so call to the gate. We'll go back to Kurt.
Horsemen, great job this evening. We appreciate it. You've gotten your fields to the track in a safe, efficient, and timely fashion. And on behalf of Speed Superintendents Leo Grummel and Mark Walker, thank you for choosing to race with us at the Greene County Fair. Been a fun evening of racing, and we've got this final race to go that parades in front of the stands right now. This is the Open Trot presented by CHS, growing together in every season. Number 1, Lose Venom is scratched. Number 2, One Trip Chip is owned by Ron Phillips of Athens, Sherry Boldovich of Platteville, Colorado, Judge Lyle Life of Springfield, Illinois, trained and driven by Jamaica Patton. 3, Lose Mandalorian, third at Martinsville on Monday in the free-for-all trot with a beaten time of 2:02, owned by the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, trained by Jill Brown, the driver, Wyatt Avenetti. Number 4, Lose Raptor, fourth on Monday in the Top Line Stakes at Martinsville, beaten time of 2:01 and 1, owned by the Flacco Family Farms, trained by Jill Brown, Chris Brown, the driver. Scratch the 5. Number 6, TVS Cosmac, owned, trained, and driven by Jerome Daniels of Springfield, Illinois, and co-owned by David Williams of Byram, Mississippi. Headed to the gate. Folks, most of all, we thank you, the race fans. We talked about the fact that the horsemen always enjoy coming to a fair where race fans will show up and they'll sit in the stands or in the beverage garden area or line up along the fence and cheer for their favorite horses and drivers. It means a lot to the men and women of the racing industry, and we appreciate your being here tonight. And again, the Greene County Fair 2026 edition, we're just getting started. The fair continues all the way through the Demolition Derby on Saturday night, and a whole lot more coming up as the week unfolds. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Been great to have you with us, folks, and that includes our audience on Harness Tube. Here they come, race 12. They're off and trotting, and the first 3 in the front tier move away from the gate and line up in unison, and by the time they get to the first turn, One Trip Chip will benefit from that inside starting spot to save some ground and take a narrow lead. Lose Mandalorian backs away now into the second position. Lose Raptor goes third, and TVS Cosmac is fourth, as these 4 trotters work their way up the backstretch in the CHS race, the final event on this annual harness racing card at the Greene County Fair. One Trip Chip had a big season last year. He won 5 in a row during the heart of the summer campaign, and he's the leader here by a length as they move on by the quarter. 31 and 4 for that first quarter, 31 and 4/5 seconds. It is Lose Mandalorian who travels along in second. Lose Raptor is in third, and TVS Cosmac is last of the 4 after 3/8 of a mile. One Trip Chip, the leader, Jamaica Patton, trying to close out this card by taking the late double. He's already won race 11, and he leads here, but he's got company by Lose Raptor, and Lose Raptor trotting fast from third to second to take the lead, but only by a half length. One Trip Chip is still there, fighting on to the inside. 104 and 1 for the first half mile. 104 and 1. This lead battle is a good one. It is still door to door after 5/8 of a mile. Onto the backstretch they go. It is still One Trip Chip to the inside, Lose Raptor to the outside. They're separated by a neck. Lose Mandalorian could be the danger, stalking those top 2 just 2 lengths off the front pair. Wyatt Avenetti just sizing up the situation and waiting to make his move, and TVS Cosmac is fourth, only 5 lengths off the lead, and One Trip Chip is still the leader. 134-1 the time of the 3 quarters. 134-1. One Trip Chip leads by 2 lengths. Lose Mandalorian comes up the inside in second. Lose Raptor third. TVS Cosmac fourth. One Trip Chip in command for Jamaica Patton. Jamaica going to go back to close out the card here at the Greene County Fair, winning the CHS Open Trot with One Trip Chip and won it by 2 lengths. After that, it was Lose Mandalorian home second, close for third, either TVS Cosmac or Lose Raptor. Time for the mile, 2:04 flat. Time for the mile, 2:04 flat. We'll meet the winner. We'll have the pick-a-winner draw. We would also like the connections of Calico Sunset and Smokin' Them Some Stars to come trackside for the presentation of the Papa Deck Awards. Again, the connections of Calico Sunset, if we could have Mr. Leroy Hunt, and Smokin' Them Some Stars, if we could have someone from the Kevin Miller barn, we would appreciate it. We will present those Papa Deck Awards in a moment.
Well, folks, we want to thank you for joining the broadcast tonight as we wait for the winner's circle to happen here. But we're glad that you could follow us this evening and putting up with some of the slow things. We've narrowed down what the problems are, and won't make those
well, One Trip Chip had a very good year for the Jamaica Patton barns and co-owners Ron Phillips and Sherry Voldovich, along with Judge Lyle White. One Trip Chip won 5 in a row right in the heart of the summer campaign last year. He won twice
Carlinville
State Fair and then went to DuQuoin and won the County Fair Challenge. He was red hot during that stretch. Tonight he has won for the 15th time. How about a hand for One Trip Chip? This 4-year-old gelded son of Can't Afford It, a homebred for co-owner Ron Phillips. Here comes Lucy Reeves, our newly crowned Miss Greene County, along with Avery Wright, our junior miss, and Little Miss Eleanor Challenge, to present the CHS beverage cooler to Jamaica Patton. And this horse
is
one of the favorites around Jamaica's barn, because this is the horse that when he won at the Illinois State Fair last year, carried Jamaica Patton to his 1,000th career driving victory. So, Jamaica, we know this horse means a lot to you and your partners. Congratulations. Well done. Now sit tight, folks. We'll give you the rundown, then we'll play Pick a Winner, and we'll do the Papa Deck Award presentations. For race 12, Lose Venom was scratched. One Trip Chip, the winner. Lose Mandalorian, the runner-up. Lose Raptor finished 4th. Frontier Maynard scratched, and TVS Cosmac 3rd. The quarter 31-4. The half 104-1. 3 quarters 134 1/5. And the time for the mile 2:04 flat. It reads down scratch 1, 2, 4, scratch 3. Again, pick a winner, and the Papa Deck Awards coming up, named in memory.
We want to thank you for being on the broadcast tonight with us for Harness Tube. We'll see you Monday. Post time on Monday is, as I get that down, post time on Monday is 4:30 in the afternoon, and then we'll stay over and be there at 10:30 the next morning. But for David Brink, Steve Surratt, anything you want to add in?
Just appreciate everyone tuning in.